be able to do rewiring and all that sort
They
of thing.
did that to us, Krista. We
Yeah.
had to, I don't know if you were on my channel when it happened, but at the beginning of this year, you have to have homeowners insurance, of course, to protect your property
Yeah.
in Florida, you know, if you still carry a mortgage. Well, they're leaving Florida, of course, because we're not a good investment with all our hurricanes. And the one we had was leaving. We had to get a new one. Found out that we needed to rewire our whole electrical box, because
Yeah.
the electrical box,
Wow.
well, that we thought was the job there, and they quoted us. Oh no, there's an interior and exterior box, and they wanted to charge like $4,000 for this, and then we had to shell out another $3,000 because we realized they didn't tell us about the box outside that had to be done when
Yeah.
they came and quoted it. They're like, they didn't tell us, they were only quoting us for the one, and we were so naive, we didn't know. So
Yeah.
like we shelled out like $6,000, I think it was total,
Mhm.
little over beginning of the year to start the year, and it was like, I'm so glad that we were able to do that.
Yeah.
You know, some people wouldn't be able to do that, and they would have to sell their home just from that alone, because
Wow.
that could be
Yeah.
the amount that sinks them.
Yeah. So anyway, everybody has their challenges that they
Yes.
have to deal with. You know, I look at my life. I mean, I actually think I'm really blessed. You know, I have a roof over my head. My walls are all insulated. I insulated them myself. I know,
That you built
you
yourself.
know, I
That's the
know how
amazing
well
thing.
insulated they are, and I don't care if I'm looking at, I don't, if you guys can see behind me here, rather than looking at insulation and vapor barrier, I went to the Salvation Army and the thrift stores, and I bought a bunch of bags of just rags, like pieces of fabric, and I took out my staple gun and I started stapling it up on my walls. I thought, well, if I'm going to look at vapor barrier, I might as well look at something that looks like wallpaper, you know. So, you know, so I just something different, right? And I mean, of course, it's all going to have to get ripped down when I do start doing the wiring in each section. So I'll do it in little sections, but those are things that I'm focusing on, like, you know, dehydrating things. So if you see, you guys were talking earlier about spaghetti being on sale. So things like that, you know, go bad very quickly, like mushrooms, for instance, right? And actually the best price that you can actually probably get mushrooms on sale right now is Costco. You know, compared to any other grocery store out there, Costco has the best price. And so when it comes time for me, once I get some of these garden beds done outside, those are things that I'm going to be focusing on. So rather than I'll go buy a crap load of mushrooms and then I'll bring them home and I'll clean them and I'll wash them and I'll dig out my dehydrator and I'm going to dehydrate all those mushrooms so that I can use them this winter when I need them.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And the same with, you know, like you said, Diva, the fruits and stuff like that, strawberries and blueberries. Well, even if I can't get them preserved, well, what's the next best thing? Freeze them. Right?
Yep.
Freeze
That's preserving them.
freeze them, or freeze them or dehydrate them. One of the things that I learned from YouTube channels this year, because I actually did away with my Prime. I don't have Prime. Well, actually, hold on. No, I do have Prime. My daughter and her boyfriend allowed me to have their password, but every time I go on there, I can never find anything to watch. So I just made a decision that my TV time from now on is going to be nothing but YouTube channels of things that I'm interested in. So that I can watch you, Carol. I can watch you, Maureen. I can watch you now, Laura. Once I figure out what your channel name is and add you, right? Because you guys all know stuff that I may not know. And I was watching this a couple of months ago, and I did not know that I could dehydrate eggs in my dehydrator. So this lady showed me how to just use what's it called? The
dehydrator trays to do it?
But my trays have holes in them. So you have to build.
Oh, you get the film for them?
Yeah. So you build the film, you make a little basket, you whisk up your eggs, you pour it in there. And I'm like, wow, So
Mm.
she dehydrated her eggs, she put it in, and then she showed, the DIY of what it looks like to rehydrate the eggs. And did you guys know that you could do that?
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew about dehydration of that way in that form. I
Yeah.
did know about, using a freeze dryer. So I
Yeah.
don't think I've
No,
ever
the
seen
freeze
anybody
dry. I've seen
do a
the
dehydrator.
scrambled dehydrated. I haven't seen the raw. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like what Diva
she
said.
did it raw, and she used and she put it in just a regular dehydrator, and I'm pretty
Wow.
sure it must have taken, I
I would
forget
be
now, I'd
so
have to,
nervous. I would
oh
be
no,
so nervous that it
she
would
showed,
leak into something because
well, no,
I'm a little clumsy.
oh,
That's all for me.
it was parchment. So it was parchment paper. So she basically,
Sealed it with that.
made like a short little,
Mhm.
like, as if
Like
you
a
were,
lip all the way
like
around
a
so
lip,
it would stay.
as if you were wrapping a Christmas present kind of thing. And
Okay.
she
Mhm.
just poured the eggs right in there, and she put it in her regular dehydrator. And I was just flabbergasted that you could do this. And then she put it in a freezer bag, and she kept it in her freezer. And then she took it out. And this is what they did with all their extra eggs, right? This was extra eggs that they weren't using,
Mm.
right?
That's great.
And
Yeah.
so, and then during the winter, because there is a time frame, like, I mean,
Yeah.
at least when I had chickens, there is a time frame where they don't lay as much, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
during the,
especially when they're older.
yeah.
In
Mhm.
that.
So
Yep.
during the height of when your chickens are producing, like, I mean, for 14 chickens that I had, I was getting 7 dozen of eggs per week, right?
Mhm.
Wow.
Like clockwork
Mhm.
every week. And actually, I had more people that wanted to buy eggs. So I was doing really
Mhm.
well, but
Wow.
I couldn't maintain the chickens in the winter because of my fibromyalgia. It was
Right.
in the winter. I don't know if
Very hard.
anybody here on the panel has fibromyalgia or not,
Yeah,
but
I have the fibrophryies.
okay, there
She
we
has
go.
it too. Yeah.
So you guys know what it feels like, especially in the winter, how chilled you get.
Mhm.
And just I mean, sometimes if my hair, like, I'll give you an example. If my hair gets too long,
Mm.
um I can tell by the cuticles, is that what they're called, where
Mhm.
The follicles, your hair
the
follicles.
Follicles.
follicles,
Yep.
if the hair
Mhm.
is too long and it pulls on those follicles,
Mhm.
my scalp will actually hurt, it will ache.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I have to go get a haircut.
Wow.
Hmm.
But
That's
anyway, I had to get rid of the chickens. I really miss them. I think I was, yeah, those were the most spoiledest chickens. I had bungee cord. I had bungee cords set up in the chicken coop, and I had this big, oh, it's like a big bolt that I would drill through a cabbage. I would take my drill and I would drill a hole through the cabbage, put this big bolt down through it, and then I would hang it from the inside of the chicken coop.
Oh,
Right.
cool.
And the chickens
Mhm.
loved this, and it gave them something to do, and they weren't necessarily always picking on the two runts of the group,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
They could concentrate picking on this cabbage every week. Mind you, they had the cabbage gone in 2 days anyway.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanna see what this candy roaster squash.
I've heard it's delicious. So I was just typing that if I was making
Yeah,
the
so
typing
it's
face.
like, oh, okay. I wanna go see what it looks like.
Candy roaster
I think
squash.
it's longer. It's like it gives you as much squash as a butternut. Like it's that type, I think. Everybody loves
It
it
looks
supposedly,
really
but
hearty.
yeah,
I just
it's
couldn't
really long, but they say it's kind of like a sweeter butternut. Is that
oops,
right,
let me
you
just
guys?
That looks
I've
nice.
never grown it.
I
That would
haven't
be
either.
cool,
I
though.
don't grow squashes yet because I just don't want to deal with that.
and they're
Yeah,
saying you
well,
can
yeah.
use it as a
With the bugs.
pasta. Whoops. Shoot. I just
Whoopsie.
did that.
You
Look
see
at
that one guy
that.
holding it?
I know that's what I'm thinking. That could get a big one.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
It's huge.
And share this tab instead. There we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, you at least got a good picture. I can never get them that
can-
big. That's
You
great.
can, well, I put it on full screen layout for one. And then, and now I'm just going to go back. I don't know if I
Yeah.
can go back. Oh, yeah, I can. And now share this tab again. Having two screens makes a huge difference, Carol.
Yes.
So, and yes, that's the beauty of, let me just get rid of that. There we go. That's the beauty of squashes, especially winter squashes. You wipe them down with apple cider vinegar, put them in a cold storage, and they say they last 3 months, and some say 6. I've had a spaghetti squash in my larder for a year, brought it out, cut it up, beautiful inside. Ate it, like, it was like August the following year. We're still eating the squash. And so you want to have those. I think I can remove. Nope. I don't know how to remove it from my thing now. Oh, stop sharing.
Yeah, stop
There
sharing.
we go. Yeah. It's like you think about what are the foods that I want to grow that have sustainability for my family and for things when if there is the hunger gap in growing, or if there is the hunger gap just in us, what we're able to purchase. Like you go, there are no peaches. So what do you think the price of peaches is going to be this coming year when they're being shipped from other countries, basically,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, so candy roaster squash, that is something that I would like to, never seen it. And he uses it for pasta noodles. We use our spaghetti squash for pasta noodles. And let me just catch up with, so yeah, Mike says, I have 2 candy roasters left in the shell.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's what I was
What did-
responding to before. I saw that.
What did you say? Did you say, Laura? I missed that.
Oh, we use spaghetti, or we use zucchini for
Mhm.
spaghetti squash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever vegetable it is, it needs to be soft enough for me, because I found out I used the zucchini and not fresh. I did do the frozen and prepared to try it because I just wanted to see if I could handle the texture. Theirs was too al dente, and I almost got it.
If you cook it enough, it's great.
Yeah, it would have to be just soft for me to.
My husband likes it better than real noodles. So.
25 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot of food, man.
Yeah.
That's like my bananas. People are like, all she grows is bananas. I'm like, I don't have to pay attention to them. And that's a lot of food.
With the zucchinis, my mom always does zucchini boats. So she takes the length of it, cuts it in half, scoops out the center, and then she'll put in her spaghetti sauce and some cheese, bake that up. And it's like, it's a super satisfying, delicious meal.
I've seen people scoop sausage into it before like that too. And yeah. Yummy. Now you made me hungry.
And zucchini too. Like my daughter is a vegetarian, and zucchini is one of those things that take on other flavors.
Yeah.
Really cool. So like she would probably eat something like that, like as a burger kind of deal, right?
Yeah.
Batter.
I have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad used to get bumper crops. We ate a lot of zucchini growing up, so
yeah.
I like it sometimes, and then other times I'm like,
I still have zucchini in the freezer from last year, and I'm now getting some out of the garden. So
yeah,
but I mean,
I still love it. Like my mom used to bread it in those the Italian breadcrumbs. So I want to find a good like gluten-free. I can make the breadcrumbs, I know, but I'm still at least 80-20 or even 70-30 when it comes to making stuff from scratch versus grabbing convenience. But you will hear me always say, like, it's the less ingredients. I can't eat any preservatives, a lot of organic, but I just don't have the time with Malachi, with a special needs son, to go fully sufficient right now. And I don't want to condemn those who can't either. Like, it's a wonderful lifestyle, but not everybody's in a position where they can. So you do one thing at a time that you can, get rid of the one that's bad for you, add a good one in as far as foods.
So if you hang red rags around the chicken run, they won't pick on each other. That's an old trick I learned from my mom. Does that work?
I didn't know that. I wish I would have known that a few years ago.
It probably distracts them because they would always go for red on another chicken if another chicken is bleeding. Yeah.
So that squash tastes like a mild sweet potato.
Okay.
Oh, and he grew it in Zone 4, Minnesota.
There you go. Perfect for you guys. You're
Yeah.
fine. Well, you're
Mhm.
9. You can grow everything.
No, not everything.
Yes, our
Oh,
comrade in fibromyalgia.
yeah.
Not
Mhm,
something you want to be comrades in, but yes.
No, it's not.
Mm.
But
mhm. So Laura, what's new for you going on for you?
Uh, we've been spending a lot of time just trying to keep our hot water going, because we have such poor water volume that it
Okay.
creates water pressure issues. And we also have very hard water. And
Mm,
but because of the water volume issue, we can't push enough hot water or enough water to keep the the pressure up to keep our lines clean from the calcifications that come from the hard water.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and if we put uh, filters on, it would just slow it down so we don't have any water.
right.
So we're I we just shot a video today of us trying to clean out our lines again.
Oh,
Um,
girl, I'm so sorry.
yeah, so that's an issue. But at least we have water.
Yes, thank God.
We have to heat it up to do dishes and stuff like that, and
that's what I've been doing for 2 years.
yeah,
I
yeah,
haven't, yeah. So when winter rolls around here, like we get, I don't know where you are, Laura, but we get like minus 25, minus 30-degree weather.
yeah,
And so in 2022, once I built this tiny house, I had to disconnect and blow all the water lines out of the cold water holding tank that was in the shed outside, so that I didn't basically waste $600 of hard-earned money to buy that cold water holding tank. So I,
mhm,
Mhm.
I could bring it inside where it was warm in here with my heaters. So even though I had a trench dug from where the well is, running around outside the back of my house, coming up underneath the underneath of my house, I still have yet to get it hooked up with the submergible pump because my electrical panel is still out in the shed.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
But the water line and the electrical is all inside the house here. So
Mm,
when
mhm.
I do laundry, I take my laundry to town once or twice a month. When I like, so all my water for washing, for drinking, for bathing, I go get that twice a month.
mhm,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and then I catch, of course, I collect rainwater around the house, and then
Mhm.
probably about a 5 or 7 minute drive down the road, there's like a natural spring. I mean, a couple of my neighbors around here actually drink the water, but
Mhm.
I like if I wouldn't drink it, I don't think, because it's never been tested, right?
Mm.
So I prefer to just buy my own drinking water. But I don't have a problem feeding it to my garden, right? If my garden,
Absolutely.
right.
yeah,
But I mean, I don't really have a garden right now. I mean, all I have in the ground is all perennials, and the rainwater that I catch, I would think would be enough. But if it's not, I'll drive 5 minutes down the road, fill up some of my water jugs, and bring it back to because all I'm planting is peppers and tomatoes this year anyway, right?
mhm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those like a deep watering every 3 days or so. So
Well, and that's why the tomatoes, you guys will see in my next video, I put it down in the little trench because
yeah,
Mhm.
so when all the water runs off of, you got to think that way, right?
mhm,
When the
Yes, you
water
do.
when the water
Mhm.
runs off of the driveway, I don't know if you guys seen in the video. So here's my driveway right here, and then here's the garden bed down here. So this
Mhm.
trench in between I filled in, well, that's where the tomatoes are going to go
yeah,
because the
Right.
tomatoes are heavy feeders, right?
Mhm.
And they'll run deep roots down so they can do their thing, and they're close enough to the house where it's not going to be too big of an issue for
right.
me to go feed them.
Our
Mhm.
our our issue is we do have a well, and we paid 26,000 for it, and now
Yeah.
we have to come up with a water system that's going to be another 20.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
we're
Wow.
going to do rainwater catchment, and it's because we have animals and
Yeah.
a big garden.
Yeah.
Um, you know, and we want to do cattle and stuff like that, and so that's our next step. We actually made up a financial plan to make that happen
Mm-hmm. Good for
tonight,
you
and
guys.
so we're going to catch water off our shop.
Well, you know, Laura, there's a bunch of channels that I follow that's in the Arizona desert. There's a bunch of gardening channels that I follow. And I watch their videos like clockwork every week or every 2 weeks when they put them out. And that's what they do. That's their entire setup like I can't look right now because I would have to multitask and get out of here and go get their names. And I probably would end up losing you guys. But yeah, just Google it. Type in, off-grid water.
Yeah, we've done a lot of research. We've been researching for a
They'll
while.
come up for you. And if they can do it in Arizona and capture their rainwater during monsoon season, surely to goodness, where are you located, Laura?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. I'm sure you can do it in Tennessee.
Oh yeah, they can. They just got hammered for a while.
And you know what? I could even do it here in New Brunswick, Canada, if I was set up with the water catchment basins and I had eaves, put around my house. I would be able to do it as well.
Yeah.
It's just such a shame because they invested all that money and it seems like
Already.
either they didn't dig deep enough or it's just not there. Is that what they found?
No, it's deep enough. It's just that's all that's there.
That's all the pressure in there.
Half a gallon a minute.
That's I'm so
that's a shame.
Yeah. And then it's hard water that's killing all our appliances.
Right.
Yes.
I had that at the last property that I owned, and it was the water was so hard, Laura, that when you wouldn't want to put a load of whites in there because they would come out brown and orange.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Just a lot of iron.
Just disgusting.
So Krista, with your last property, was it a full size house?
Yeah, 2-story.
Right. So
with the basement.
And nobody ever spoke to you about hiring woofers?
Hiring what?
Woofers.
I don't know what that is.
So a woofer they're people that come from other countries, and basically you provide them lodging and food, and they come and they work on your property. So I used to perform at some wineries, and there would be kids from all over, like, young 20s and 30s from all over the world that would come to learn about working on this vineyard. And so they get the experience of living in Canada, working on this farm. It's Monday to Friday, and then the weekends they could have off.
Right.
But they are part of even prepping food and things like that. And it's like having those kinds of things. It's a real popular thing where you can, and it's short term. 3-month woofer comes and works on your property, learning. And so, for what you would be doing is, learning agriculture, learning permaculture type of gardening, learning, how to care for while in Canada in a grow zone of 4 or 6. You're 6. It's these other guys that are 4.
Interesting. No, I didn't know about it, but that's okay. I mean,
we all learn.
Yeah, we all learn, and I wasn't able to maintain that property, so
and that's because myself, when I think of my age and thinking about moving into purchasing, a small parcel of land, that's where I go, okay, I will not be able to necessarily go and do it all in that way, and so that's where having woofers come in.
Okay.
Yeah. And also with your power, I'm wondering if
Andrew, I just want to say hi to Andrew because I noticed about 5 minutes or so ago he said hello to me, and then I went and looked in your chat to say hi, but he's not in your chat, he's in Carol's chat.
He's in mine, yeah.
Right, I know. Yeah. It's like you just don't know where anybody is.
Yeah, that's
We're
okay.
all over the place.
But I'm really glad. I'm glad you guys bring those messages up on the screen so I can actually see them. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I try to keep up with it, but once, the talking is, if it's something that we want to talk about.
Yeah.
So, hello, baby bull.
It's funny he's in mine. I just saw that it's got the paper clip. It's so crazy. Hey, Mo. Good to see
But,
you.
those are things that we're actually going to have to learn about, this rain harvesting and
Oh, yeah.
water catchment and things like that, because you know what? I mean, you guys have been around the block enough to know that there's all kinds of prepper YouTube channels
Yeah.
out there. And you know what? I mean, who's to say they're not wrong, right?
No, I hang out
mean,
with some of them.
who's
They
to- who's-
crisscross. We
Yeah,
crisscross
and
over one another.
who's
for
to
prepping.
say that whenever it might happen, whether it be in 6 months or a year down the road or whatever, that
Mhm.
we're not even going to have power to be able to
Thankfully.
power that submergible pump that's down in our well anyway.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
that's
Right.
what actually Mike and I are having a little bit of a conversation about the spiralizer because I had the
Yeah.
old one and it was plastic. The first one was called like the Vegetti, and that's what I was. And thanks to growing out of the box, I forgot the real term, which is
Spiralizer.
spiralizer.
Mhm.
But I have what Mike is talking about, and I have them both are manual, and that's what I do is I try to get manual
Mhm.
things. So in case
Yes.
we do lose electricity, I
Right.
have a manual grinder for my wheat in case we don't have electricity, so I can make bread from the hard wheat. But yes, the prepping, I don't like. It's like
Yeah, and so that's
survivalist
where I would,
community.
even though I live in a city, it was
I was
like I
thinking
was
that,
seeing
yeah.
solar panels on sale at Costco for pretty cheap a couple years ago, and my brother-in-law electrician and I was like, I think I should get them, and he's like, well, you'll need to have this and this and this and this, and then it just turned into wah 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 wah
Yeah.
wah, and it
It
was
gets
like,
so
Yeah.
overwhelming.
it gets
does.
overwhelming, and it's like, and he doesn't live here, and it's like if you lived here, I
Yeah.
would just go here, you go and set it up. But people are using solar arrays like Seven Homestead. They do not have running water. They do not have power.
Mhm.
They live in the Pacific
Right.
Northwest as well, and so they do have the water catchment. But he has a massive solar array, and they run lives. They do have some glitches once in a while, but it's like they do have that ability.
Mhm.
Yeah, so there you go. Hey, Brutal Bob,
Hey, Brutal Bob.
welcome.
And that's the other thing too. Like, I mean, ever since the whatever word it is that we can't name.
The year we will not talk about.
Thank you. How stupid is that we can't even talk about what we want to talk about, really?
Mhm,
Anyway,
mhm.
ever since then, I mean, prices have been getting ridiculously high. Just this year alone in 2024, my hydro company has basically increased our prices here 3 times. So
Whoa.
when I first started paying for hydro in 2022 at this very exact property that I'm at, and I was running all the same crap that I'm running right now out in the shack out beside me, right? I had a fridge, I had a microwave, I have a toaster oven, convection oven, all the whatever it was I was running, heaters and all this stuff. In 2022, it cost me top month $60 to run
Mhm.
everything that I was running. Well, 2024, it's now costing me 100.
Wow.
Now, if
And
that
it's
is right, and
it's
in the
just gonna
winter,
go up.
in the winter time with the heaters, and I mean, it doesn't cost a lot, to heat a 570, 576 square foot house, except for the fact, okay, now everybody says that I was crazy for doing this, but I don't personally think. I decided instead of going 8 feet high, I decided to go 10 feet high. So I haven't really done a tour of the inside of my house, but my ceilings are actually 10 feet high. So when I went to build my walls and put up my studs and all that sort of thing, I actually had to crawl up a scaffolding.
Oh dear.
Wow.
Each
Oh,
Pinched
dear.
nerves, sciatic issues.
Yep.
Can only lift my arm up this high now. Before it
Need-
was this, but I'm at least up here. I'm gonna climb up that.
Need ankle replacements. Yep.
Yeah. Oh my. Oh my.
My issue would be, and my question would be, when you're climbing up or down, did you pee your pants? because that would be my problem right away. It would be like, it doesn't matter. Okay, Maureen, go pee first. Now climb. And you're like,
I ever peed my pants going up and down the scaffolding or a ladder, but
Thank goodness.
I do have kind of a weak bladder, and I mean, as you age and you have children,
yes.
And it's so- it's sometimes,
You've had children.
yeah,
especially when you're a coffee drinker like I am,
yes.
you
And
gotta,
fibro too, because
Yeah,
it can
so-
attack your bladder.
when
Mhm.
what a stupid question, Maureen.
It's a rude question.
No, it's
It's a
not. Not at
rude
our
question.
age. Not at our age.
When you do have to pee, you really have to go like now. And
Mhm.
Exactly.
so,
That's what she meant.
you got to get down off that ladder,
Yes.
that scaffolding really
Yep.
quick, or you will pee your pants.
Yeah, that's right.
But
That warning, the warning window is shorter as you get
So
older.
all the
It's-
people in the chat here from Alaska and Andrew from Northwest Coins, they're talking about solar arrays and stuff like that. I mean, yes, I absolutely should probably be investing in
Mhm.
that,
Yeah.
considering that they've increased my hydro that much in a 2-year period.
Yeah.
From $60 to $100, and that's without the heating months. So during the heating months, when I did have, I think the highest my heating bill ever went the first year was like maybe $120. So between 80 and 120, that's with having 2 heaters plugged in, right? Well, in the end of 2023 and the beginning of 2024, that very same heating bill jumped from 80 to 120 to 120 to 150, 60 something.
Yeah.
Wow.
To me, that's a
Yep.
drastic change.
It
Yeah,
is. It
that
is.
Drastic change. And
Uh-huh.
and the difference between the first heating season and the second heating season was I went down a heater. Because you guys know those coiled heaters that are filled with oil in them. Well, the first season I had 2 of those plugged in, and I didn't really like them very much. And then my brother-in-law, him and my sister came to visit. I was dog sitting that particular weekend or something when they were taking a snowmobile trip. And he said, next time I come out, he said, I'm going to bring it's called a dish heater. So he brought out a dish heater.
Yeah.
And after he brought out that dish heater and I plugged it in, I actually ended up unplugging both of the coiled heaters
Wow.
and only using the one heater for the second season.
Wonderful.
So so in other words, I went down to 1 heater the second season versus 2 the first, and I still had almost double the bill.
That's
Right.
ridiculous. Yeah. That's
Right?
ridiculous.
Wow.
It is ridiculous. So, what I'm thinking about doing is, I mean, it is very costly to get set up with solar and everything, and it's really complicated. I don't know much about it. That's one of those mechanical things. Ask me something I know something about. But when it comes to electrical stuff and mechanics, like, no.
They are making it easier and easier.
Exactly. Just give me a tool, give me a circular saw that works, a skill saw that works, a sawzall that works. As long as I can throw a battery in it or plug it in and it works, then great.
Wow.
But
Oh my gosh, Andrew, that is the kids' internet plus carving electric is $250 to $300 monthly.
oh my God.
That's combined. So his internet and his electricity combined is that. Yeah. That's about right for here too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Except
about
for
right for here.
that's just my electric right there. And then we have
Yeah.
the internet, but our internet is included in our HOA now, but our HOA fee is like 180 on top of that.
Right.
What's an
Monthly.
HOA fee? What's an HOA fee?
HOA fee is basically they use their
Condo
buying
fee?
power. They use their buying power in here, all the houses combined, and we get a lower rate for our Wi-Fi and our cable. But an HOA is also they maintain the common property in
it's
the
like a condo.
community,
Yeah.
like a homeowners association. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care for it too much, but I do like it in a way too, because it does have some rules that keep our property values up. We'll just say because I'm in Florida, and Florida man and Florida woman live in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, but they take care of your snow. Oh, you don't have
We don't have
snow. Right. Okay.
No, what it includes is we have a community pool that you can use, so you don't have to have your own pool in the backyard and be dealing with all that, which is
Right.
kind of nice because I don't use
I
the
have a
pool.
question for you, Carol. I have a question for you. I was watching your video. You did a little walkabout there and you were doing a garden tour, I guess.
Oh dear, must have been an older one. Yeah.
No, it was yesterday.
Oh,
Yesterday, 2
the
days
one
ago.
that I'm not really in, the one with the
Yes, right.
sayings. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
you were out back, I guess, in your property, and
Yeah.
there's this little canal that
Yes.
it looks like a ditch filled with water.
Yes.
Do you get alligators and
No,
whatnot in
not
there?
in that, thank God. It's low enough so far and not full enough because what it is everything around us kind of feeds into our canal, and then there's another one, I think, not too far, and they just drain out. So they just open the gates when it rains.
I
I've
was
seen it
thinking,
get kind of high though during hurricane
yeah,
season, and I'm worried
boy,
about that.
I was thinking, boy, that's pretty close to my house. I don't know if I
Yeah,
would,
I've seen otters. I have not seen gators. I'd be more concerned about the lake across the street. The
okay.
lake they would come out of. Yeah. Hey,
Hey,
Right?
come in. But only near the home, I've only seen one gator, not near my house. It was in an HOA a little bit further down, but
Mhm.
mostly they lake out west or stay out west and in the ponds. You have to be careful. Like any water, you're not safe. They could be in there here. And now we have the crocodiles that are making a big comeback. They've always been here, but we have saltwater crocs, which people don't
Yes.
realize.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah, some people don't know. Some people don't know about the American crocodile.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just
Most
think
Americans don't know too much about Canadians, though. I mean, it
no.
was only like about 15 years ago. They all thought we lived in igloos up here.
Yes, that's what I used to tell Maureen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty
yeah.
funny, isn't it?
I was chatting with
Yeah.
someone about 15
Yeah.
or 20 years ago, and they were going on about
Yeah.
an igloo, and I said, "Oh yeah, I built a second floor."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, really? Great, good for you."
That was the joke. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna
It
take a
was
coughing break.
yeah. Well, the other funny one is that when, if you're down in the States and you go, oh, you're from Canada, right? And now I live as far over on the West Coast as you possibly can. And they go, I have this friend, his name is Lorne Smith, and he lives in Ontario. Do you know him? You're like, of course I know Lorne Smith from Ontario.
Ontario is only 4 provinces away from you. 3.
Exactly. It's like,
Yeah.
So here is,
And there are
here's
huge provinces in Canada.
That's right. Here's if we go. This is all of Canada. I live right here over here, and
Mhm.
Ontario is way over here. Like and you go. That's a long way to get there. And they would go, "Oh, do you know?" And you go, "You're not serious." It would be the same thing as if you're down in
Mhm.
the States and
Yeah.
you're in Michigan, and oh, hey, I have this friend in Alabama. Do you know him?
It
Yeah.
says he gets the same thing about England, basically, when he
Mhm.
yeah. Mhm.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah, I'm originally from Canada too.
Are
So
you? Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
What
She's born
province?
Canadian.
I'm
Oh, Ontario.
Okay.
yeah, I just tell Maureen it was igloos, snow, moose. This is what I knew about Canada. And that one city that was probably Quebec that they used to show us at night, all lit up very pretty. That was Canada. That was it.
It's either that or Toronto, yeah.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
Toronto. But it was one of the cities, and they'd be
Mhm.
like, "This is Canada." And it'd be like a little montage of pictures.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we had more, but that's what stuck. And I have no idea where the igloos came from for us. I have no idea. But it's common.
Well, you just
weird.
think you guys all think that north is like that it's really, really cold. And it's
Yeah.
like
Well, and then
We
Hollywood
think you're
portrays
like
it as really cold too.
true.
mind you, yeah. Well, that's how I feel
Yeah.
like when I think about Russia. I go, why would anybody go to Russia for a holiday? Like it's just like because growing up as a kid, all I would see was the war movies
Thanks, Sean.
in class. And, they're always at war and they're always, dressed super warm. And same with Germany. I'd feel the same. It's like those two places. And they're, you go Russia here, Germany here. But I'm thinking it's all one. And it's always freezing cold all year
Yeah.
round. Like, there's no. People, they get in their cars and they go for picnics and they go and have lunch and they wear, they go swimming and they do things just like, you go, no, no, it's always cold there. It's always cold. All the World War II movies showed it was cold.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
all right. Good night, Sean. Have a blessed day
Night.
tomorrow.
Good night, Sean.
Oh, the grind in Ontario.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is creative.
Yeah, no, I said that. You don't go near water in Florida
Ontario?
because that's why I said it could, but usually I've never seen one in the back. Thank God. Plus, I used to, when we were kids, it was so stupid. We used to be right on this big lake. It was called Lake Ida, and we would do all our, water skiing and knee boarding. And
Mhm.
below us were gators, I'm sure.
I see
Mhm.
that you have a Young Living diffuser behind you there, Carol.
Yeah.
I've got about 3 of those in my house.
Yeah,
In my tiny house.
I have the area too, but it's right now it needs another little piece. That one tends to go out more than this one.
I
Mm,
don't
This
know.
one's
I
pretty
haven't been
solid.
able to run mine for a
It's
while.
the
now.
glass one. You can sometimes buy parts if you look online. Just say this one, the one that you have
Mhm.
and part, and it's the disc that vibrates usually that's gone bad.
I credit
Fishy chicken.
the
I'm telling
Young
him.
Living essential oils actually was part of my recovery after my car accident.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Maureen
But
uses them too.
interestingly enough, the car accident actually triggered. I have a huge scent sensitivity, so like you wouldn't be able to use dryer sheets or
Yeah.
can't be around
have.
a man that smells like anything to do with Axe. No,
Yeah,
thank you.
So that's the ones that were in
Who,
it. It was
who
the
can be
lime.
around any?
Yeah, not many people can be around the axe.
Well, I know, but
This
you
is
know
their
what I'm
one.
talking about, lady. Those,
Oh, I do know.
yeah, like I mean, they love the smell of this stuff, but I mean, it just And
Yeah.
sometimes, actually, when I go to church,
Good night. Growing out the box. Have a blessed day
Good
tomorrow.
night, going out of the
Good
box.
night, growing out of the
Happy
box.
Sunday. Happy Father's Day to the fathers too.
When I go to
Happy Father's Day to the fathers.
yes, happy Father's Day.
Yes.
When I go to church, sometimes I actually have to get up and leave the sanctuary and go out
I've had
into the what they call it, the atrium, because the
Yeah.
people have too much perfume and cologne on,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it instantly will give me it gives me a headache.
Mhm.
But for some reason, it triggers a pain in the back of my neck, and it triggers anxiety in me. So I don't know what it does back here in my neck, but
Mhm.
Right.
I know when it affects me because I can feel it, and it makes me feel sick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just that
Mhm.
nervous system malfunction
Yeah.
that fibro brings, probably.
Miss Laura, how are your little piggies?
They are getting big.
They're getting big
We need to
piggies.
put them out on pasture, but we've been dealing with all this water stuff. But
Mm.
yeah, they're about to go out on pasture, and it's going to be fun.
Mhm.
Did
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
say also, Laura, that you were getting solar to go along with your water? No.
Not solar, no. We've looked into solar. We were going to go off grid at first, and we were going to do the tiny house thing.
Yes.
But we bought a tiny house, and then my mother-in-law moved in with us, and so I'm taking.
And they had that one night where all their friends saw them spend the night, and it was so super windy up on their property. We were worried for them because we saw the roof do this, and it's not even like a major storm. And we're like, Laura, maybe we need something to.
Yeah, we have a lot of tornadoes here,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and so so we're linked to a good foundation, but we still have the tiny house, and it's becoming something else. We'll see what we do with it.
Mhm.
So Storm says I can't go to the detergent aisle around anyone wearing perfumes or colognes. Otherwise, it feels like my throat is closing up and dries my sinuses crazy.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
All right.
me too.
Do you ever
I'm
try to go down the cleaning aisle where they have all the Oh, I just totally avoid it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
find
that's
I find
basically
the
what he's saying.
detergent in the detergent aisle is worse in my Publix than the cleaning for me.
Mm.
I guess because they could put the stuff in cardboard boxes and the smells leach out of the powdered
What
stuff.
are you doing, Carol?
I had to reset it up. She reminded me. I'm like, oh yeah, that hasn't gone off in a while. It was empty.
It's just like you're over there and you're like,
Sorry.
we can't see your head. She's still talking.
The headless host.
Yeah, she
Co-host.
had her back to us, and now we could all still hear her talking. Well, look
Mhm.
at that, ladies. It's 1 a.m. here, and I'm still sitting here. That's because I had a 3.5-hour nap and 2 cups of coffee.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll
Well, I
do
took a nap too, and then I woke up and I left my phone out in the living room, and I had put it on notification, and so there you guys are playing in the living room, and I'm like, what is that noise?
Right.
Oh, my friends! I was gonna go see them.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
I
good
remember
too.
I was going to do that. All right.
That's-
So I'm going to just step away, as I
Okay.
said. But thank you, Krista, for coming up. We really do appreciate it and getting to know you more.
Yeah,
And I know there's a few people that have come over to your little tiny house and have
Mhm.
sat on your stoop and
Yeah.
have looked around. And so, welcome to, some of this big community.
yay.
And, I'm super impressed that it just makes me go, okay, Maureen, if Krista can do that with all of the things that she's going on, there's no
Yeah.
reason why you can't do it too.
Mm.
Anybody can.
And you can do it with a cheerleading system, right? Because when you're
Yes.
doing it with friends, even though they're far away, it really encourages me to do my best and really,
Absolutely.
show up. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, because you're going to step down, so I'm going to be stepping down to go and put the ladies to bed. I'll be back shortly.
Okay.
Thank you again, Krista, for coming in.
Okay, Maureen. Talk to you later.
Bye bye.
I forgot that the girls had to be put away. She's still doing that, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. She doesn't have
Yeah,
her.
it is, Laura, an interesting community. I'm learning, and just to me, it warms my heart to just be able to leave an encouraging comment to somebody because I kind of know what they're going through with different struggles and things like that, and with the homestead, and there's I do actually watch a lot of the videos and stuff like that, and so I know some of their heartaches and struggles, and
Yeah.
just to offer an inspirational word to them. I mean, how much effort does that take on our part? Not much,
Right.
Right.
right?
Exactly. I'm sorry.
And
I'm
you-
just picking something up. Go ahead. I'm looking.
Yeah,
Something
you just watch their video, and you just see all their effort and hard work, and it only takes literally 10 seconds to leave a comment and say, wow, you've put in so much work since the last time you posted a video. Wow, it looks amazing. 10 seconds to leave a comment like that, right? And encourage someone to continue on.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
say that, Brutal Bob, they say they're shy. I hope to God they're shy. I never want to meet up with a crocodile or a gator.
Yeah.
We're just having our side chat about the freshwater, but they're the American crocodile is what we have in
Speaking
Florida.
of, so you get a lot of tornadoes then in Tennessee, did you say, Laura, you're in?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we get all of the hurricanes that come right up the eastern seaboard. They land right here in New Brunswick, right beside Maine, right?
Yeah.
And the hurricane season, I mean, they're anticipating it to be like 50 times worse than it's been in, I don't know, decades, supposedly, Carol.
Yeah.
So, whatever you're getting there in Florida, are you on the south, the east, the north, west?
I'm on the southeast. I am above Miami though, so I'm not that far down. I'm in Palm Beach County.
Yeah, so you're right on the coast then. So
Mhm. Pretty
much whatever you're going to get, anything that's going to follow, the
Mhm.
eastern seaboard, basically
Yep.
New Brunswick is smack dab right there. It catches it. It's like a lip
As it goes up. Yeah.
as it goes up, right?
Exactly.
Now, by
Exactly.
the time it does come up, because the waters tend to be a little bit cooler as it comes up, the intensity of the storm somewhat dissipates a little
Yep.
bit.
Mhm.
But last year, the temperatures of our Canadian waters, our waters around here are getting so warm that more and more and more sightings of great white sharks are being
Yeah.
spotted all the
Oh,
time.
wow.
It's breeding season. We're having attacks
And
going on
they're
down here.
totally coming up here and they're following the food and our
Yeah.
waters are getting warmer.
They're coming down
So,
here. It's part of their range already was down here. They would come. It was
yeah,
like, but they wouldn't stay that long. And now we're having them more. And we have a lot of different species in our water. But right now is breeding time and
yeah,
we've had quite a few attacks. Panhandle has had some pretty bad ones
yeah.
this year.
Wow.
This year more than, other years.
I
So
think I seen a report about that actually.
yeah.
Something
Yeah.
on the news recently
Yeah,
about
because
that.
there was quite a few people and we've never had that where,
There
you
was
know.
that many attacks, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. But yeah, I know what you mean about the great whites because I don't like to go in the ocean anymore. I don't go in
I
water.
used to, but I'm not going
Me
now.
too.
I mean, those things are just too big
Yeah.
and ugly for my liking.
Yeah,
Thank
when
you.
I went in, actually, there's one that they were tracking named Catherine. And I had finally gone in the water because it felt so nice. I went in the water. We were there with a big group of kids. So I wasn't even prepared to go in the water. I had my shorts on, a t-shirt. And I just sat in the water with the other kids. Kids, I'm saying they're teens. Like,
Mhm.
I get out of the water. We're on our way home. And all of a sudden on the radio talks about Catherine. Oh, Catherine has, her little
Oh,
tracker has binged. It's been down. She's been off our coast. I'm like, really? I
lovely.
had to hear that right after I got out of the water. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
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 Oh, the Storms is saying, well, studies are claiming the Earth is tilting so much that the equator would be over Kentucky. So if they are correct, it's going to get hot, hot, hot here in the bluegrass state. Who knows?
Yeah.
Interesting. It's
I
definitely
don't
our
know.
waters.
I don't know
Warmer.
what's happening. I don't know if are you guys biblical? Do you like have a
Yeah,
biblical worldview? Okay.
we're
Yeah.
all Christians
So
up here on
okay,
the,
so we're all on
yeah,
the same page then. So am I. And
yeah,
if you have a biblical worldview, then what we're going through, I mean, obviously is
yeah,
written about, right? It's
right.
been prophesized about. And
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people that freak out, oh my gosh, look what's
Mhm.
happening. And because it's
Yeah.
written right there
Yeah.
for us to
Yeah.
see, right?
Yeah.
It's been promised. It's been prophesied.
It's been
Yeah.
prophesized. It's
Yeah.
written in black and white.
Yeah.
It's been handed down. All the signs were actually asked or told in the
Mhm.
Bible that we should be observant of all these signs and all these
Mhm.
things that are happening around us. And yeah, so I mean, I know that it's not something that we're used to, and we're not used to. I'm especially not used to, all this stuff that's happening and I'm not even sure all the right words to use.
Yeah.
Trigger words here, but I'm
Yeah,
not.
you have to be so careful. I
Yeah,
know
I
it's
don't
hard
want
to
to.
know, but yeah, Scripture states in the end times we would not be able to tell one season from another.
Mhm.
That's
And
interesting. I don't remember that one.
and nowadays people, if something's up, they're saying it's down.
Yes,
If it's right, they're saying it's wrong, and
that was
it's
foretold. Yeah,
that's
that
all
we.
been foretold. Yeah.
Yeah, I had never heard that one though. I got to look up the verse that Barry's. I'm not saying Barry's wrong at all. I'm just saying, oh, didn't heard that prophecy.
Oh, I can't see what he's saying. I have to go.
Seasons will be. Do you have the StreamYard open? It should open up on. If you click over on comments, there's things on the side of your StreamYard. If you have the duck, if you have the duck in one corner, you have
where it
comments.
says private chats. No,
Okay,
that's us.
That's us. But then click over on the top. It should say comments in that same
Oh,
section.
it does. Okay, look at that.
There's your comments.
Okay, hi everybody. I've kind of felt like I was in the dark there for a while.
No, it was 93 here today, so it was like we're having some heat, but you're always hot, Carol, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, it wasn't too bad because I got out after 4:00. But I mean, not too bad for Florida. Might be different for somebody else. I didn't
Today
even
was
check the
cold
temperature.
here. It was freezing. The weather has just been scary. you know, like I don't know what the conversion is from Celsius to Fahrenheit. We're Celsius here, and right now it's down to it says that it's like 14 degrees Celsius. But during the day, so in the evening, it's going down super cold like that, like so cold that you can't plant out peppers and tomatoes yet, right?
Yeah.
And because you need to have what nighttime temperatures of like 50, 55. Is that what you guys say?
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm
60 is
still
better, but for
yeah,
yeah,
I'm still under that. Like we haven't had that, and it's already what, June 16th today. So it's getting pretty late in the year, and they changed our zone. I used to be a 5A. They changed me to a 5B. Our last frost date last year was the second week in June, but they changed us to the end of May this year. So obviously it hasn't changed for me. It's still the second week in June, the end of the second week in June, right?
Yeah.
So I plan on probably planting on Monday or Tuesday. I'm putting my peppers and tomatoes out, and whatever's going to be is going to be, if it's going to work out. Between the weather and the slugs, I'm not even sure if I'm going to end up getting anything. I mean, the slugs really just are nuts. I don't think, Laura, you heard me earlier. They're even eating my hostas.
Yeah. They like hostas a lot.
They sure do.
Yeah, they're bad this year. A good beer bath will be good for them. You put out a little beer in a thing, and they'll swim in it and drown.
Yeah. So
yeah, we've had slugs have been bad this year.
Yeah, everybody seems to be talking about that. So we'll see.
The insects didn't have a harsh winter, so they're worse this year, is what everybody's saying. And we don't have a winter, but even our winter, we didn't have anything this year. Like,
well, I think for us, it's been all the rain. And so the slugs have just come out of the woodwork.
Oh, yeah, for the slugs, but they're saying all of the bugs are just.
Yeah, I know. I'm spraying this year, and I have to spray.
Bob. And I'll have to check out what you said about that one place where the crocodile goes. I don't know where that is.
Night, Brutal Bob.
Just ask your kids what's new in the
Hope
world.
your better half is doing well.
There's also a button here.
That's true, Andrew.
Join the chat, Carol. Is that something that we're able to do on this?
Yes, you can join it, and then it'll open up a box down below the chat, so you can talk in Maureen's chat.
So with this link then that Maureen sent me, I don't even actually have to be on YouTube then. Right?
No, it'll feed right into hers. But,
I personally don't have to be signed into YouTube to join this.
No, you don't.
Okay. See, I thought
you don't have to be. You might have to. It might give you that, but I mean, you don't have to previously be on her page.
Okay.
That's what's scary, though, too, when you are running one, is people will use the link that's in the chat, not show up in your side chat and say anything.
Oh,
and we have trolls show up that way, so you have to be.
Yeah, you have to be very careful.
You have to be very careful.
Now I
with
understand.
that.
And actually, it's better for your channel for me to actually show up on your channel page anyway and enter through that. Otherwise, you don't get.
Well, for DIva too, yes, you don't get the hours. Yes,
you don't
get time.
Right.
True. Yeah. And also with DIva, she has Nightbot, which I hope I'll have set up eventually. And you can drop your link like before you came up, or even now you can put hashtag DIva in that little box where it says post a comment. If that opened up, the post a comment box, did it open? I'm sorry, my Wi-Fi is so glitch.
Post a comment. It just says join the chat. Is that what?
So you have to click on join the chat, and it should open the box.
And then it says connect your YouTube account to join this live chat.
Oh, yeah. So you're not signed into something.
Maybe. Jeez, another box popped up. Oh, here we go. Oh, isn't this interesting?
What's it make you do now? It's because you have 3 accounts on.
Yeah, so they're all coming up. I'm just
maybe is it letting you choose though? Sometimes it lets you choose which email that's connected to the account that you want to be on.
Yeah. I'm just not even going to go there because Yeah.
But anyway, yes, to go into Diva's chat before you come on a panel is good because you can do your link. Even
I can see her chat because I actually have.
Ooh, wait just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, out into the stage.
Oh,
GT Junior grows in Alaska.
Hey there, how y'all doing? Hello, hello, hello.
hello. My
Good to see you,
internet cousin, GT. GT, you're looking darker than usual. What's going on?
The sun.
There it is.
you
There it is.
Sun.
There's the
That's
light.
right. It's because it's flipping daylight where he is.
That's so crazy.
Yes, it is.
That's so crazy. It's
oh, look at that!
beautiful,
Wow.
though.
Yes.
So beautiful.
So he's in Alaska, as is Andrew's Northwest Coins. He's
Okay.
also, but he's in his
He's in the
he's
Arctic
in the
Circle, Andrew.
circle.
Mhm.
he can just reach his finger and touch it.
Yes, he's in the Ice Cube Circle.
What
Mhm.
time is it in Alaska right now?
8:20 p.m.
Oh my!
Okay.
We still have so many hours. I want those
Mhm.
back.
I would live
So
my life different if I could.
I know.
this
If I could
evening.
have those 4 hours.
No, you'd still
back.
be on my flipping live, Carol's what you'd be doing. It'd be
That's
so
true,
different.
right?
I
That's
could have
true.
done no, I
Nope.
would be on Marines Live.
That's true.
So I got a question for you. Almost Green Acre.
Krista.
Almost a Green Acre, Miss Krista. You said that your last frost date is June, the second week in June. So how far does that go? How
That was last year. They changed it to the end of May for this year, but because our temperatures are still, actually, I don't even think it's going to be today. Well, it's 1 a.m. my time right now, or 1:20. So Sunday night is my temperatures are actually going to be above, supposedly, I think Maureen 17 or 18. Yeah, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. So it's going to be, it's finally starting to warm up enough where I'll be able to plant out my tomatoes and my peppers.
Yeah, so 15 degrees is 59 Fahrenheit. 15
Right.
Celsius is 59
So
Fahrenheit.
tonight is the first, well, but I'm not putting the garden in on a Sunday. Plus my boxes still aren't ready yet. I've been busy this week. Oh my gosh, you guys should see me lugging wood and building raised garden beds and having to.
I love your raised garden beds. I
Yeah,
think they're
well, I've got,
beautiful, and I love how you surround it with another bed on the ground. It
Yeah.
looks so beautiful,
well,
like
you
you're a
wait until
landscaper.
you see the next video. And you'll see just how busy. But I've been running out of supplies. I've been running out of screws. I've ran out of compost. I've had
Oh no!
and to go to town is like a 45-minute trip for me,
Oh,
right?
that's
So 45
wow.
minutes in town, 45 minutes back, and
Don't forget your bank card when you leave home.
right. And remember your
exactly.
list.
We're
Exactly.
an hour out
what
of
was the
town.
question about my growing zone? I don't think you
Just how deep into the summer before you can plant, probably.
Oh well, yeah, I should be able to plant this coming week. Junior,
GT.
GT.
GT Junior. Yeah. So,
But
that's
how
good.
long does it last? How long is your season, your growing season?
Well, I mean, until frost comes, and we never know when that's going to be. I mean, I've seen probably October, late September, maybe the middle of September.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
So
down here,
my goal, GT, this year, and I was telling the ladies this earlier, is this is like pretty much virgin land that's never had anything done to it, right?
yeah.
And so everything I'm doing around here, I'm doing it right from scratch. And the ground is really, really compacted. And I'm not the type of gardener that wants to bring a tiller in here and mess up all the biodiversity. No, the biodiversity that's going on in the ground. I do know that I have very well, even though it's compacted soil, it's well drained soil. So water does not sit on the surface for very long around here, unless you're on the north side of my property, which is, so I've been really observant of what's been going on with this land for 2 years now. And that's important, like the biodiversity that comes around here. around the property, I also have a lot of wild goldenrod and things like that, which brings in a lot of the mason bees. And those are really good pollinators. So I was really careful not to disturb too much of where I remembered that the goldenrod was. Plus, I want to be able to harvest that a little bit. But if you do add my channel, GT, you'll see where I'm building from scratch raised garden beds that are raised 26 inches off of the ground. And they're 8 by approximately 2 feet by 26 feet high. And what I'm doing is I'm layering it like lasagna. So I'm not filling that whole box up with soil, obviously.
So hugelkultur is what you're
Yeah.
doing.
So
Mhm.
in the back of my
do that.
property on this land when I bought it was a whole bunch of wood, and the wood is really no good for burning, wouldn't even throw a heat. I mean, it would light a fire, but it's not going to throw any heat. So, but it's super porous. So what I'm doing is I'm layering, first of all, the bottom of the box, and then I'm putting scraps of twigs and brush and that on top of it, and leaf mold and all that sort of thing on top of it. Then I'm throwing a thin little layer of compost to fill in all the gaps and things like that. And then I'm putting another layer of wood until I reach where I want it. And then the last, 15 inches basically is going to have topsoil or compost on top of it.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Yeah, that's what I do with I do that with my raised bed, but I put in moringa one year and did not realize that if you do that with moringa and there's any green in it, it comes back to life. So it start resurrecting itself through my bed.
Yeah. Wow.
And I was like, I didn't plant celery. That kind of looks like celery. What is that? What's coming up in this bed? I don't. And then I realized, like, wait a minute, that leaf looks like my moringa tree. Oh, it's alive.
Oh, wow.
The
The other
come
thing,
back.
the other thing too, JT, is that I live on a pretty fixed income, and so I don't have the resources to be able to go out and buy pressure treated wood, and even I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but even the mills where you can get rough cut lumber around here anyway has practically matched the box store prices anyway, right? Whatever you're paying in the hardware stores, you're paying the practically
That's crazy.
the same. It's crazy. It's not.
We just got a huge bundle of rough cut lumber that's all, it's not the same diameters, but
right.
For $50, like
Yeah.
a huge pile.
Yeah,
you know.
well, those prices, those deals are getting fewer and further between, and anybody that can actually get, hey, Ann, anybody that can actually get a deal like that, you should scoop up all the deals like that you can find, because they're not going to be around very long. I know around here that if you're paying if you're paying $2 a foot in the hardware store, chances are it's $1.75 here at the mill, or if not $2. And some people that I talked to were saying that the mills, some of them are actually even wanting more money than the actual hardware stores. So what I ended up doing, GT, is last year I had made probably, we have some hardware stores around here that allow you to go in and pick up free pallets. So I probably made about 3 or 4 trips last year, and I had about 40 pallets here. So late last fall, I started cutting those pallets just with my circular saw and getting the boards off of it. And I started putting together garden beds, right? And then it got really cold quickly, and I ended up just using it for temporary skirting around the house. So this spring I took that skirting down, and now I'm putting them together, and that's what I'm making my garden beds out of. But I turned it into a bit more of a job than it probably needed to be.
Mm.
I've lined the inside of them with vapor barrier to basically, keep the wood a little bit. But I've been going on and on here. Maureen's got other guests that want
It'll
to.
keep your soil warm too. I thought that was kind of
Yeah.
an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's been time consuming, right? And
Right.
getting all that done.
All good things are time consuming.
When you're working with injuries and stuff like that, you have to take care of your body. And
Yes, you have to take
Right.
breaks.
like yesterday I was saying, I think Maureen, I ended up last night, I was so tired after working all week that I ended up going to bed. I think it was like 8 p.m. Last night I was in bed, and I think I woke up once and get up and went to the bathroom, got a drink of water, something at about 2 a.m. And then I went back to sleep again, didn't wake up until 6:30. And for some reason this afternoon, I felt absolutely exhausted, laid down for a nap at 3 o'clock and didn't open my eyes till 6:30.
Wow.
So that's a
Wow.
lot of sleep.
Yes, your body needed it.
My
though.
body needed it, right?
Mhm.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
anyway.
No, that's
And then there's other days, Carol, where I can't catch a wink.
yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's Maureen. She's my friend, the aggressive napper. Yeah.
Maureen is the aggressive napper.
Yes.
Yeah. When I nap, because you're just like, okay, I'm gonna have a nap, but I don't know if it's what happens because it's not when I sleep, but it's like for some reason it's like, oh, I'm clenched, and then when it's time to wake up, it's like, oh, I'm actually, I got to get away from this nap. It's awful because I'm tense in my head, tense in my sleep.
Yeah.
I go, I must be an aggressive napper.
Yep.
So I just want to go back because I wanted to look at this. Perfection Baking said, I like the way you ladies think. I published a post on my channel and want to know what you all think of those ideas. So I just kind of popped over and I do want to just grab the link because I thought, I'll just paste it. But it's a lengthy thing. So I think it would be, it's like I want to start a conversation about what the average person can do to restore our environment, stop climate change, and make the world a safer, more beautiful place. I start with gardening because we can design our lives in urban areas to facilitate gardening and lives. And so I do want to just post it in this link in the chat. So that you guys can actually go and have a peruse of it. And if you press send, then it posts it.
Oh,
Isn't that amazing?
wow.
I should have put Perfection Baking.
Yeah, I just popped over and was starting to read, and great ideas in there. Perfection, great, and it just mind blowing some of it. And I want to check out the Taiwan building that she mentions in it.
Yeah. So
But
I'll
read. I commented, but I'll read the rest. I couldn't read the whole thing.
Yeah,
while I'm up.
You can't have people are talking in your ear when you're.
Yeah, I can't chew gum
so-
and walk at the same time. So.
I did press it again, and this time I put the title down there, and so this would be. I'm gonna do.
And then you have conversation in the back, like Maureen's telling us everything she's doing right now.
Definitely go read it. I just, if I click on that link, it'll just totally take me out of here. So I can't go do it right now.
No.
Yeah,
But when I leave, I'll go look up her channel and definitely take a look see.
Yep.
I wondered, Anne, what that was like. I've never had Turkish coffee. I've just always heard about it because I asked her.
Oh, I love Turkish coffee.
Is it going to be American or Turkish?
Yeah, I would love to have some Turkish coffee. Now that's my kind of coffee right there. I'm a coffee drinker, and I mean Turkish coffee where it's so thick that your spoon would stand up. That speaks to me.
Is it so thick though? Do they put sugar in it like the Cuban coffee?
No, she means that it's strong.
No, I know it's strong, but I wondered if Cuban coffee is very strong.
Oh, it would be.
If they do it in shots, it's so strong, but they put sugar in it first and then they whisk it so you get the foam.
Yeah.
And I was drinking those in my 20s. I finally had to stop because it ate my gut.
When I lived in South Dakota for like when we moved down
Me too.
from Winnipeg, Manitoba to South Dakota,
Yeah.
their coffee was so weak that you could actually see through it.
Oh, I can't. That's like dishwater.
It
Just
was like
Yeah.
dishwater. It was
yeah, I don't like
awful.
that.
Every time.
Okay, it is small shots. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I could do that.
They don't do the what they call milking the coffee. It's
No,
Yeah.
no,
you know,
no.
from the Italians. It's like you
Yeah.
just go and you have your
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cuban coffee is very
But
similar
I
to
think that we
Italian
could
espresso.
probably speak into that, Maureen. Couldn't we? Like, just quickly, what do we all do anyway to help? What was her question? Perfection baking to help the
Oh,
environment?
it's a big long
It's an essay on
Oh, yeah, no, but
what
I
we
mean,
can do, basically, that she wants to
Mhm.
talk about all
well,
various
do
things.
you know that when it comes to garbage, so I have a garbage company that collects right at the end of my driveway. And I built a garbage bin in order to hold my garbage bags or whatever. And 1 week or so this past week that went by, they collected the blue bag, which is the cardboard, the cans,
recycling one.
so they collected the recycling. And then the following week, they collect the regular garbage. So most people, would at least have one bag each week. They would put a bag out, right? I've reduced my garbage and my recycling so much that my garbage man only collects from me. Like, he shrugs his shoulders. It's like, what are you doing with your garbage?
I have to think for your channel. You could do that on your channel, actually. Have you done
Really?
that yet? A
Oh,
weight challenge. Yeah, too.
There is nothing that I like. I mean, I use everything,
Yeah.
and that's the same with these pallets, for instance. When I made these raised garden beds 28 inches high, I decided that I wanted to put 2x4 cross braces in it, right?
Yeah.
On the lower section, and then up further. I haven't decided yet if I want to go right at the top. So rather than cut my good 2x4s, I decided to go to the end pieces that I cut off of the pallets and reuse those. That's how bad I am, guys. My kids could tell you some stories when it comes to their mother and me recycling stuff. Let me tell you.
Oh, I saw those beds. They were awesome, what you made off the
And I
pallets.
mean, my
Beautiful.
daughters are 30 and 31 now. So, they know that mom's been recycling for a lot of years.
Right. Are you part of Generation X, or are you a boomer? The boomer generation, like the real boomers, not the ones that Gen Z.
tell us what year you
I'm a year off from the boomers.
Just tell us the year you were born.
Yeah. You don't know. What was that?
I don't care. I'm going to be 58 this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're close to both, so you got both of the
I'll be
influences.
58, and that's hard. I mean, not that I just find it strange.
Don't you? Because you're not 58 on the inside.
Yeah,
it's the body that's
I
doing.
find it strange to say it because
that was old people, but back when we were in our 20s,
right.
People who were 58, they were old
to us.
Like, we're in our 20s and our parents would be in their late 50s or whatever.
Yeah.
20, 30, 40. Well, yeah. And you'd go, they're old. Like, look at how they act, and they're just winding down in life. And you're like, you go, oh, at this age, I do not
about all
feel
their
that.
aches and pains and
Well,
commiserate.
I do that.
Yeah, I do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it's come too quickly.
I think for me, I look at it and I think to myself, where's the time gone? Like, life is so short, right? And I think we start really realizing the time speeding by so fast, when we're in our, sort of in our 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe the beginning of our 40s.
Right.
29 inside. Yeah. Oh, you're a boomer, Anna. There you go.
Yeah. So I'm just a year. You said you were 66? Yeah, you're 66.
So she's 3 years older than I am.
And I'm a year younger than you.
Okay.
And I'm Gen X. I'm 1970.
I'm 67.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm 70.
Yep. we're 70 babies, Laura and I. We're those Gen Xers. Those mosh pitters. Yeah. Those key kids.
Hey, Gear.
Hey, Kier. I actually didn't have to be a
Good to
kid.
see
My
you,
mom
Kier.
wouldn't allow that.
So
So
everybody do say a
Mhm.
big hello and happy birthday to Dolores, which I
Yes.
didn't get to say hello to
Which I've been
Dolores. I'd like
trying to do.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Dolores.
Happy birthday, Dolores.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dolores. Happy birthday to you.
Yay! Happy
We should have
birthday,
just let
Dolores.
Maureen sing.
Yeah. She is kind of a professional, you know.
She is,
Oh,
isn't she?
Yeah.
your hubby is a baby to you. You cradle rubber.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Cradle
wow.
rubber.
It's not
He's
that
a
often.
cougar.
It's not that often that you see that the lady is older than the man, but it does. Yeah,
It works.
it works.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, maybe about, I don't know if it was 4 or 5 years ago, there was a young man who was in his late 30s and he was like, yeah, I'm really interested in you. You're like, I'm old. I'm like,
No,
I'm
I
like
had
10 years
that
younger
when
than your mom.
Yeah.
And
I
it's like,
don't
no,
have
no, no,
the
no.
energy for you. Sorry.
No. But at this point now, exactly. Well, actually, that not that I said that, but I said you're on the accumulation of getting things.
Yeah.
I'm on the decline of
Yeah.
letting it life.
Yeah.
I'm going to well, I am retired, but it's like I'm going to
Yes.
retire, and I want to sit in a rocking chair and look at my gardens and talk to my chickens. I don't want to go, hey, let's buy more houses and more things and go, skydiving and la la la.
I'm
But
just
now
thinking I like to sleep sometimes when I go to bed. So at
Exactly.
that age, they
Mhm.
know.
Mama needs to sleep. Mama needs to
it.
sleep. Mama does not need to hurt her back.
no.
That's
It's like,
right. That's right.
get your
Or
business
wear
done and then good night.
little outfits and everything's hanging out. No, I'm okay.
No.
No.
Mhm.
Sorry, GT.
Oh,
But
I have seen so many interesting outfits lately
I live in Florida.
at the
Yeah.
Wally World. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Oh,
It's all
Mhm.
over here because it's Florida and everybody's hot. So yeah,
yeah.
you get really interesting outfits.
It's like, okay.
Well, God bless them though. They think they can carry that
Yeah,
look off. Good
that
for them.
that
They got some
outfit is the
confidence.
same color of your skin and it's really tight.
Yeah.
right.
Oh, that
Yeah,
one
I
lady.
almost can't tell the difference.
That's right. Where's
Yeah.
your
And
pants?
you don't have a
Why
lot
don't you have
under
pants?
it.
The Walmart
And
lady.
it's
with
almost
pants
see-through.
blended. Yes. That was
I
so
just
funny.
can't. It blows my mind. Andrew's parents are 17 years older than him, and he goes, "You guys are old," and they're like, "We're young and hip with you."
That's
Mhm.
right.
Lots of happy birthdays to you, Dolores.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Dolores. She's heading to bed. Night.
Okay, just gonna try to get them. Oh, karaoke night. Yeah. Oh, you're a cougar, hey? You call yourself. Mhm.
You go with
Oh,
that.
she even got a cake.
I'm
Oh,
thinking
she's
I'm more like a
Ooh.
chihuahua.
Well,
Mhm.
ladies and gents, I am 20 minutes to 2 a.m. and
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Wow. Yes.
because I took the day off today as my complete rest day and did absolutely nothing.
Beautiful.
Tomorrow I have a really busy day because I got some more garden beds that I need to fill up with some more wood and dirt that I picked up. So God willing anyway, that I can get some of that done so that I can get some of these. Okay, I do have a question before I leave.
Okay. Hey, casings.
Okay.
Casings.
Hardening off plants, because
gosh.
I've always only direct sowed
Yeah.
or bought seedlings from the store. I don't have the strength, the energy, by the time my day is done to lug these heavy boxes of peppers in and out of the house. Seriously, I don't. My ankles won't handle it. My arms, I don't have the strength to do it. So what I've been doing is I've been putting them, I have 2 south-facing windows, and I've been putting them in the windows and letting just the wind and the air and everything
That's perfect.
blast the zucchini, blast the tomatoes, blast the
Yep.
peppers, and I've been well, I have too many plants, so I have to stagger them, right?
Mhm.
Is that conditioning them enough?
I would, from my perspective, I would say yes, rather than, having to move them. The other
Right.
thing at this time of the year, because you are past your frost, to harden them off, the other thing is I would put them on that south facing window
Right.
and just put something like rummy cloth over them at night. Be more than enough.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
my
how long have you been hardened off? Sorry.
Yeah, GT had that. He was like,
I didn't hear your question.
how long have you been doing that? The hardening off part at the window.
Oh, I haven't been. I'm asking you guys if that would be. I mean, I have had the
Oh,
I have had the windows open and they've been sitting in front of the window, but that's during the heat of the day. It's not been in the evening, right? They haven't had that.
No.
But when you harden off anyway, when you take them outside, so let's just say I carry these trays of plants outside and I do have a table out there. You're supposed to, hardening off means that you
Yeah.
give them 2 hours of sun and
Mhm.
make sure it's 2 hours of evening time as well, and then bring
Yeah.
them back in and do this for 5 days.
It's good that you brought it up though, because I would think I would be looking for, if I moved into an area where I had to do that, I would be looking for a bar cart that I could put that on, like a used bar cart, and
Yeah.
just roll my plants out and roll them back in. Because
Yeah.
Mama ain't carrying
Or
those
a
in
shelf,
and out.
a shelf with wheels also
Yeah,
works.
or that if you have
Mhm.
that
Well,
many
I have
plants.
a 5-tier shelf with wheels, but I mean
Oh.
my ground, yeah, but that's on my south facing window, and
Mm.
Right.
it would have to be, it wouldn't roll around very easily because I've literally got outside my side door here, which is the door that I mainly use. There's
Yeah.
like literally 6 inches of gravel and
Oh, yeah,
then
no.
It'd be
grass.
hard.
Yeah, no.
I
So
would,
Yeah.
I would wait.
Duncan says that it would work.
Yeah.
It should work, but I would wait until the best, like really watch your forecast really good
Okay.
and see when you have the warmest period to
Okay.
put them out, and then
Yeah.
they'll slowly adjust, and so it won't be as shocking. I would recommend though that before you put them out totally in the ground, that you put them at least out on that table just for one night,
Okay.
before you put them out into the ground, because that might be too much shock for them.
I don't have
Mhm.
enough room on my table for all my plants.
Well, on the ground too is
you
Well, you
okay.
could do them in phases. You could
I
do them in
got one.
phases.
I got one table. No, I'm not lifting and lugging. I ain't doing it.
No, I meant if you have all that many plants, you're
Yeah.
not going to plant all that in one day, are
I
you?
will. Yes, I will.
Okay. Because
And
I was just thinking
my
your first phase and then your second phase could come out. That you're
yeah,
gonna
and I'm
plant.
not planting all of these anyway. My neighbor was supposed to come and pick a bunch of them up. Him and another neighbor up the road are planting a garden, and he actually helped me with my lawnmower, and he never showed up to pick them up. So I figure
Oh,
that
no.
he doesn't want them. So
Yeah.
what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use that small table. I think, Laura, that's an excellent idea, though. At least the peppers, leave them out for one night before they
Mhm.
actually go in the ground.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I do have besides that one table is I have the back of my truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
So I could use that, right? Couldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like a table.
Yep.
The table
Oh,
and the
Duncan
truck.
says, can you set them inside your raised beds and cover them at night for the first week or so?
No,
There
Like I
because
said, it's like you can put them.
no, the slugs would devour them, Duncan, inside
Oh, okay.
yeah. No, they would be devoured.
So how are you going to handle that when
I'm
you
gonna have to go to the hardware store and get some bait
Okay.
and
Yeah.
put that down?
put that down because they're eating everything. They're eating the hostas. They've eaten all of my
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
cosmos. They've eaten my marigolds. They're
Yeah.
eating my nasturtiums. It's all gone. They're like little sticks. That's
Yeah, I'm
what I
pretty
call
sure
them.
that might be what ate
Stinkers.
my marigolds when I went
Yeah.
out.
Mhm.
Here, my
Yes.
marigolds have been eaten, just so you know. If you
So,
don't see them
well,
in a video.
thank you so much, Krista. It was
Okay,
great
good
getting
night,
to know
everybody.
you and hearing
Was.
all your wonderful stuff. Have a good
Yeah.
rest And
Yeah.
we look forward to seeing you YouTube streets.
Yeah.
How do I leave? Just click it
It
off?
says leave studio. It's a red X at the bottom.
Oh, there it is, guys.
There
Okay.
you go. All right.
Take care.
Have a good one, Krista. Nice talking to you.
Nice to meet
Bye.
you all.
You
Yeah,
too.
nice to meet you too. So Casings,
Clear my throat. Hold on.
she was one of the people that asked that said, "Hey, I'll take some seeds from you. So I'll take some Nona seeds." And so I sent her some Nona seeds,
Aw.
and then she just sent me this, and she goes, Is this the Nona plant? Is this the right one?" Which I'm so glad she did, because there was a part of me that went, did I send her actual Nona seeds? Yes, darling, this is an Italian pear style tomato. Yes, it's probably small. I am not sure. The plants look amazing. Like, look at them.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Come on.
Look at
Come
you,
on.
Casings. Wow.
Are you pruning? That's the other thing, is that if you pruning out the elbows of them.
The
That's
suckers,
another,
yeah.
the suckers. Yeah. I'm going to just remove that. There we go. Are you there? I want to get rid of that. Sorry, I'm talking out loud to myself and then you.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's right. So yes, they're probably still small, but they will get larger in size. I don't know where you live, and if it is warm where you live. I don't remember where exactly you live. So if you are still here, and Krista just says, thanks for having me up on panel. Nice to meet everyone.
It's
Nice
great
to meet
meeting
you.
you too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could put them in the raised bed.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
put plastic domes on them. We just got a really heavy rain, and I had my plastic dome over my last watermelon sprout. That's where all my marigolds got eaten. That's around that mound, and it's barely there. They because the rain eroded the soil. They went on something
Oh,
went.
wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be moving my watermelon seeds if I drop any.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anne says, I had slugs come over from my garden wall from the next field to us.
Right?
And
They're
got rid of them.
tenacious.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They were bad this year.
Yeah. They go up
Mhm.
our back fence usually is where I'll see them, and I'll start throwing them out in the canal. The snails, at least.
Oh,
not the
yeah. And the
slugs.
ducks love them. So
Yep. I throw them out in the canal for the wildlife.
Yeah.
that's
But
what I do when I find them in the garden, and pick them off and throw them
Yep.
to
The ducks.
the ducks.
Mm.
I do,
Mhm.
and I've done beer traps in the past, but I really like that slug bait stuff. That
Oh,
works.
does the slug bait work really well?
Mhm.
But what is it though? What
Oh,
is that stuff?
I don't know, but it's like I use it. But
it's
I
generic. It's organic, but it's
yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
just called slug bait.
Okay. I just
Yeah.
that's
But
what I
right
wondered.
now we're dealing with the tent caterpillars, and I know our I forget, it's something our life. They bought a property. They lived in Calgary, bought a property in northern Ontario. Couldn't get out to the property. Like, they packed up their whole life in their little truck, drove across, and then got stuck where they couldn't actually even enter into the property. Well, right now they've got little starting plants and whatever. The tent caterpillars are decimating everything in their forest. And it's like, he left his glove outside on the ground overnight, it's leather, all chewed with great big holes in it. And it's like when they're videotaping, they're just showing it. It's like they're crawling on everything. So they're having a really bad
terrifying
epidemic of them. I've got a few, but it's like, especially if I'm wearing gloves, I'm now just pick them, bink, bink, bink.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, so here's casings here. I pruned them yesterday. Good. They grew so fast. They are big for this time of year. I'm glad you could ID it. Yes. Yes, because there was a part of me that it was like, did I send her from the right package that they were the Nonas? But yes, those are those tomatoes that came from Italy. Oh, so Perfection Baking says, GT, I wanted to buy your family a greenhouse. I pray to be so fortunate. I picked it out on Amazon and just waiting to get rich. So she wants to buy you a greenhouse. She's trying to manifest it for you.
Oh, Just waiting to get rich. Yeah, aren't we all?
Okay.
Yeah.
Have
Being
you
rich would be something.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, right?
Yeah, and it just, like with our group, it would just take one of us. And we would,
Mm.
and I know that, in this little core group, we'd all go, and
Let me
there's a
bless
million for
you.
you, and there's a million for you, and there's a million for you, and there's a million for you.
Yeah.
Like you just would, because you go, I wanna see people move forward. And I
Yeah.
don't want them to be hung up with stuff,
Yeah.
So
Right after I
mhm,
take care of my family, yes, that could happen. Yeah, absolutely. No, that
mhm.
actually, when my mom passed, she left a little bit of money and I bought things for people or I sent them money. If they had shipped me things, I sent some money their way out of that
Mhm.
money.
Now I have a greenhouse, Perfection
Mhm.
Baking. I have one. It's not the best, but when I get the real greenhouse, it's gonna be about $7,000, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah. It's
I have,
really pricey, but it's
yeah,
worth it.
yeah,
Mhm.
Next year, I plan to build a 5x5 greenhouse that I'm trying to figure out how to insulate it with air, have like a
Yeah.
air pump or whatever,
Mhm.
whatever it's
Mm.
called, to put that barrier there and then facilitate it like that. I
You gotta
want to
do the water in the middle too, like you see with some of them, that somehow that also helps with the
radiant heat.
thermal. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have the rocks that are gonna go up underneath it, but I'm still planning it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know. Well, there's
I,
so many good ideas on YouTube University. You want to be able to incorporate them all and not see something and go, oh,
You should have done that one. I'm gonna do
or you
all of
build
them.
something and it's all done and you're like, oh man.
yeah, exactly. But I react like, oh,
Yeah.
should have done that.
Me, it's always, why did you have to just act so fast? Why couldn't you just wait a little longer and you could have seen the next version that came out and it's just so much better and bigger and faster and better.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's me.
yep. That's like
Oh,
But I
and
have
there's
to
says
get it done.
bring
I
over
have to get it
150 tundra eggs found. Good enough waiting for on walrus now. What are tundra
wow.
eggs?
They're when they go out and they get the nest eggs. That's how they get a bunch of eggs for their meals, right, Andrew? Like
Mhm. But I don't know what
maybe
is
it the
wild
birds?
tundra egg.
Birds.
Well, I was just even shocked that seagulls had eggs from a couple of weeks
I
ago.
I think they go out on the wild tundra and get them out of the nests of the birds
Mhm.
out there, right,
Mhm.
Andrew? Or is this something other than real eggs? Because you guys also call like uh certain fats ice cream that are not ice cream. Just saying.
Mm.
Eskimo ice cream is not a real like ice cream to an American. You might
Mm.
freak us out a bit down here. Well, in the
Mm.
lower 48. I shouldn't say an
Yeah.
American. Because you're an American. You're in Alaska.
Mhm.
150 volts. We need to know.
Mhm.
Andrew, you can't step away now. We're
Yeah.
waiting.
You have to tell us.
What a West Tundra egg is.
Mhm. Oh, here we go. Oh, just maybe. Oh, yeah. Eggs we find in the tundra where birds, ducks, seagulls. So it doesn't matter what kind of eggs.
That's right. All the nests. They go through all the nests. I've seen it
Okay.
done.
We're just calling them tundra
Mhm.
eggs.
Yeah, because it varies what birds are
Oh,
out there with
you
it.
know what? You can just bite it there, CR.
No, no, he
GT
meant that
he
for us
goes-
that we should
He goes,
relax.
I like how GT is working while the ladies relax.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh,
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever.
Kind of relax really hard now for that comment.
yeah. It's like,
Mm.
Creative redundancy.
Up here.
Yeah, creative redundancy is so positive. I think he meant that in a positive way.
Positive, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. But
It got so bad that now when I begin.
here we go. You want to read that one? It got so bad that now when I begin with, I got an idea. Hubby says, if you saw it on YouTube, forget I'm not building it. All right, because because
Wow.
she had said earlier, she goes, I see something, and get hubby to build it, and then I see better right after.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Ooh, I want that one now.
Just
Ooh, I
shop
want that
just
one,
shop
Mom.
on Etsy. They have the plans that people usually make, but look for really good, what do you call that? Reviews, like real
Yeah.
reviews though. Y- Make sure they don't look like all the reviews came in on a day apart. Those aren't usually real. That's one of
Yeah.
the ways to tell.
Mm.
Go
So you
Valley
can
of
go
the
to
Moon.
Valley and Moon and
Oh,
collect the eggs from the shore. Everyone there or everyone here, what's wild?
once wild eggs, I think is
Once
that.
wild
That's what it
eggs.
was. Once wild
Mm.
eggs.
I seen my first seagull baby today. I
Oh,
don't think I've ever
really?
seen one.
I don't
No,
think
Yes,
you
I've
it was
don't
like
ever seen
four
a
of them.
baby.
Yeah,
No.
you don't
It's weird.
and you don't
I
see
seen them
pigeons.
today.
Hmm.
They're funny
Wow.
looking. They're funny looking.
Wow. That's
Yeah, they
crazy.
are.
Yeah,
And then
no,
the
you don't.
bird was mad at me. It was mad at me, so it came. I'm like, no, I'm just trying to get in my
Ooh.
car. Leave me
Yeah.
alone.
And buzzing
But
you
yeah,
and
that was
stuff.
pretty weird.
Hmm.
Mockingbirds will do that too. They'll dive bomb you if you're too
Yeah.
close to their nest. Yum, seagull, Gear says.
Oh.
Everything's edible for Gear.
Yeah.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
and everything makes CR hungry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Except for probably not the roasted hornworms. Uh-oh. Oh, you're doing a picture. I thought my Wi-Fi went out.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So let's go
wow.
and look at
Yeah,
some
they are kind of
seagull
different looking, aren't
babies.
they?
Yeah, a little bit fuzzy. Let's see if I can
Yeah.
view this file. Share this tab instead. There we go. He's a little bit
That
bigger.
one's cute, though, I think.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Darth X tastes like chicken. Tastes like chicken. Yeah, I bet
Mhm.
fishy chicken, too, because that's what they eat.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck is in its mouth? Ugh.
Ew, it's just dirty
Bugs.
mouth. Probably, yeah. Whatever mom threw up in there.
Gross.
Tab. Click. Click.
Brenda said she thought the same thing. Fishy chicken. It's all that
Mm,
fish.
and then, oh yeah, go back to this one. I'm just gonna see about getting one more. But yeah, you don't see seagull babies.
No, they
So
hide them really well.
sweet.
Yeah.
I don't think
Well, I
I've
mean,
even
their
ever.
spots probably hide them pretty well too.
Yeah, but I mean, like
That's
their
so
nest. I've never
pretty,
seen
hey?
one. Yeah, I've never seen a nest from a seagull, even. And they're all over here. I've never seen them make a nest.
I
Hmm.
definitely got it on video. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
what?
that's
I
cool.
had to. I've never seen this. So I was like, oh,
No.
yes.
Yeah.
CR's less hungry now, talking about the eating seagulls and the throwing up in the mouth of the baby.
Mm.
What kind of seagull is that? I've never seen a black-faced seagull like that.
Yeah, me either.
No. No.
Pretty.
Mm-hmm. They are.
Mhm.
It's like, how do they keep their feathers so clean and white? That's what I want to know.
They preen
Yeah.
them. They clean them themselves. And they use their beak to clean the feather. It's called preening.
Mm-hmm.
All birds do
Okay,
it.
thanks.
Preening?
Preening. They preen. Yeah, they just nibble
Oh,
on their
okay.
feathers, and they even straighten out how they're supposed to be on their body. We used to have
Mhm.
little parallettes. They do. All birds do it.
Yeah, that's what our chickens do. But it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, that's
like
what our chickens do. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
called preening.
Preening.
preening. Yeah, they're
Preening.
preening. And actually, at the back of the tail, there's a little oil gland,
Mm-hmm.
and they go and they stick their beak into that, and that actually is they're coating over their their leaves is what came
So
to my
see,
mind.
you
Their
knew.
feathers.
You knew.
Mhm.
Mhm. I just know it's just like, man,
They probably
like
have.
I've got white chickens and they are not that white.
You know what? It's probably because they are extra oily in that gland because they're eating all that fish,
Mhm.
and it
That's true.
creates like a slick. Plus, they
Yeah.
do dive down into the ocean, so they so
Yeah.
they probably have
Yeah, they're probably clean.
more
cleaner.
barrier, more of a barrier.
You know, and the thing is that like
Tastes like
along with seagulls, you never see pigeon babies.
yeah,
Never seen a pigeon
true.
baby. And then there's some guy, I wish I could remember, he's an artist, and he actually writes this really, like, it's like, I don't know how the singers and everybody sang the song, and they've got backup singers, and like, like 3 or 4 of them singing the
Mhm.
harmonies, and it's really a serious song, like how they're singing it, but it's all about the fact that you've never seen a pigeon baby, and it's like, absolutely hilarious. It was like, we
I
stopped
love
and go,
those. I
we
love
go,
those.
I haven't ever seen a pigeon baby.
I love those. And that guy, he's got such a different name who makes songs where those cats will talk. Have you ever seen that? And then he mixes a whole song around
Okay.
the cat
Oh, that's
saying
great.
something. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes, we still eat the eggs with the birdies inside.
Oh yeah. That's
Ah,
the Philippines. They do that with ducks.
no,
Mhm.
But
no,
balut, I think it's
no,
Yeah,
called
balut.
balut. Bob
no.
told us all about balut. Boop.
I'm going to start fly fishing the
I think
Toronto
I'm going to
River.
step down. I'm starting to fade. It's
Okay,
Mm.
Laura.
been a
Thanks,
long
Laura,
day.
for coming in
Yeah.
and hanging out with us. I do really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. I hope everything works out with the water, hon.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
God will provide. God will provide.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right, you guys. Thank you
Much
for
love.
Take care.
having me up. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Go over to Laura's home and visit her if you don't have her in your neighborhood.
Yes. Yeah, in your
Oh.
neighborhood. If you go to my
Good.
community page, you can see how wild eggs lay on the tundra.
Oh,
Ooh,
cool.
okay.
Okay.
Do you want to grab that?
Mm.
Or no, I think I'm okay. I
Uh,
think I'm put up in the chat, so I can go. I'll be fine.
What
I'll
grab
be
what?
fine.
Okay.
Oh, I want to go to Andrew. Oops.
Because my
La,
thing
la,
is my Wi-Fi is being so wonky. You guys just did that like the I don't know, like you were rapping a second ago. It was weird.
Mhm.
And Duncan and LP are in the same box over here on my StreamYard. There's no separation of line,
All right.
barely.
Go to channel. There we go. And I'm going to the channel. No, it's easier for me because it's
Oh,
it is
you
just
wanted
where
to get Laura's? Oh, we should have just had her do
no,
the
yeah,
hashtag.
well, you could do Laura's.
Okay,
Andrew, they
you're doing
unsubscribed
Andrew.
me from you.
All right, let me see.
Just rude.
Totally.
Go to your community. Oh my goodness. Well,
What?
you will all want to see this. I will tell you that. It's quite spectacular. Present, share screen, Andrew's Northwest Coins,
Wow,
and
my
share.
so
Look at
slow.
this. And it is, I think that's as big as
Whoa.
maybe I can make it bigger. I don't know. I'm waiting. Come on, you can do it. Oops. There they are. Oh, no, it's not really much bigger, is it? Look at that. But look at how well, it would be easy to miss them.
Oh, hold on. I got to come over and see it because I'm looking up hedgehogs. Aw,
Aren't they
is that a
neat?
seagull's nest? That's so cool, Andrew. I think it looks so pretty up against what they grabbed to make the nest out of. I wonder if it's different probably in every area, whatever is available to them.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks beautiful up against the red, like whatever is growing around them. And then, yeah, it's just such a beautiful picture too, Andrew. I'll make sure to come over and like that and make sure too that I'm still subscribed.
B-E-A-U-T.
It is being so
B-E-A. B-E-A-Beautiful.
I know.
It's like, oh my gosh, Maureen.
Oh, please. I'm having moments over here. My thing is so glitchy tonight.
It was glitchy when I was first starting. So,
It's being super glitch. Let me
oh
put it.
my gosh, Anne. Come on.
What I
She
missed
found out
it.
that she was unsubbed from 7 people.
Oh, I thought you meant yesterday that you were unsubbed from me that many times or something when we were talking.
She's done it. She said for your channel alone 4 times.
Yeah, yep. It's crazy. Oh, this is Laura's link, by the way. I'm dropping, guys. I didn't write her name next to it. It's Hedgehog's Homestead's link. But I think most of you maybe have been to Laura's house.
Yes, LP, you have night owls and wet coasters is what we
Yes.
are. We are on the wet end, wet end of it.
The wet coasters.
Yeah,
Just not right.
I know.
That's
should be-
just weird. What?
Should be a pause, but
Yeah, total pause. Total
Mhm.
pause.
mm,
Plus, like Florida,
Are
I
people
think
in
would
your
be a wet
neighborhood?
coast.
In the neighborhood. In your neighborhood. Yes, who are the people in your neighborhood? They're the people in the YouTube streets.
I got some great news, y'all.
Yay,
Oh,
what?
we won it.
Y'all know what I'm doing. I'm I'm getting my home ready to be in
Mhm.
assisted living, correct?
Mhm.
They're coming to visit my place on the 1st. Yeah.
Ooh, it's
Yep.
happening. I
So
need to put my lipstick on for this moment.
July. So July 1st?
Yay.
July 1st is when I will officially have them come in. They will evaluate, see what's right, what's wrong, and tell me what's up. And
Yeah, that's when they
it's
give you
gonna,
like it's like an inspection, right? And they give you the list if
yes,
there's anything not up to code, and then you got to fix
yeah.
that. And then okay, so we'll be
Now
praying that you got it all. What is it?
Mm-hmm.
the thing about it is, my home at one point was an assisted living home.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
perfect.
So I mean, everything is,
Set up.
it's set up already.
That's
Like
awesome.
the elevator, everything is already done.
That's
Everything
Wow.
is,
amazing.
it's
Did you figure
yeah.
out how many clients exactly you would have to have in order to offset what you're making going out of the home? You probably did. Like, well, you're,
Uh,
as far as having how many people in compared to what you're making right now.
one,
Oh, just one. That's
just
amazing.
one.
Good, because I didn't want you to be overwhelmed in your own house either. Because caretaking, kudos to everyone who caretakes. It's a lot. It's a lot.
The thing about it is Alaska pays differently than the lower 48. That is a
Mm,
big, that's the biggest difference. Some don't, it's different. Like there's
okay.
only one other state that I know of, which is North Carolina. The other states, they
Oh,
don't pay like Alaska.
yeah,
So
because you were looking at maybe coming back towards the
North
south.
Carolina, North
Okay,
Carolina.
that's good
So
to
in
know.
5 years, I seen the property already, but it was just a rough draft. It's $399,000,
Mm.
and it's on. I forgot how many acres, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a nice place. It also has a, what's the uh like where your in-law stay? That what is it called?
In-law
Mother-in-law
suite,
suite.
in-law suite or
Yeah.
mother-in-law suite. Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's off of the main house and stuff. So there's a lot of potential there. I mean, I'm not going to choose that house, but
Yeah.
it just was something I just wanted to go look for. So
Well, yeah.
so
So
this
that
is
you
about to be, this is the
real.
new chapter of my life. Like,
Yay.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I've
Yeah.
then
been,
you'll just be working from home.
yes,
Basically,
there's no, yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm
that'll
done.
be that'll
10
be
years,
great.
I'm retiring.
I
Yeah.
don't blame
Mm.
you. I don't blame you.
I've
Isn't that
I've put
kind of
in,
that's what Black's Tropical kind of did for a while with her lady that she talked about. She's now passed. They did
yes,
similar situation. Yeah,
yes.
that's amazing.
This is going to be very profitable. I'm going to continue. Well, the home that I'm at now, my second job.
Yay.
Thank you, Perfection Baking.
Yeah.
The the second job that I have, the one that I'm at now.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you, Duncan. This is
Yeah.
actually I'm going into next month, and I already told them I would do this. I told them.
What was that?
I told them that.
Oh,
Oh
must
no, we a carry
I
state,
just
so
heard. I know.
it's sound like freedom or some nonsense. One of the two. So I already told them that I will work 2 days in July.
Okay.
So after that last day,
Mhm.
that probably will be my last day,
Wow.
working for someone else.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's great.
and now I'm just trying to see what I'm gonna try to push my son to do, because
Mm.
with all the animation that we're going through, AI and everything, it's
Yeah.
it's one of those things where he's not going to think about those things because he's 14. When I was
Right.
14, I wasn't thinking about stuff
No.
like that. When I was 20, I wasn't thinking about
No.
stuff like that. When
That's
I
right.
was 30 years old, I wasn't because I didn't
Mhm.
have kids. I didn't want responsibility. So
Yeah.
at
Mhm.
31, 32, that's when I started to think about different things.
Right.
How can
Right.
I be a better steward to my son? I was thinking of how can I make a bigger impact? And
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm here now, so I get to
Yeah.
Mhm.
really raise him and give him some life lessons, while
Yeah.
he's still in high
Mm.
school. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and help hopefully bend him towards something he's gifted in, but won't be canceled out with AI in the future, like you were saying, now that there's AI, like to help him make a good decision for his own future in this really weird world that they're going to be in and we're going to be in, hopefully. But you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like I thought about that. I sat down, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, what would I do if I was in college now? I would have to go into graphic design. Like my position as just a regular fine arts teacher is fading away as far as like people still love artists and I'm not saying anything. It's just graphic design to make an income. And
Mhm.
even they are not pulling it in. I talked to a graphic designer, you really got to be at kind of the top. Or
Mhm.
you've got
Well,
to be
because you've got things like Canva.
yes,
People
where people can do it themselves. Yeah.
themselves.
Like what would I do? I don't know what I would do if I was in college. It's like I could go
Mhm.
graphics, but I'm still not making good money.
Mhm.
and that's where I'm kind of figuring things out because I
Yeah.
want to lead him in a direction that's going to be. He might not like it now, but hopefully in 5 years or so after he graduates, he'll be like, "I'm glad my dad pushed me that way because
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
see that I'm an essential staff." You know,
Thank you. Yeah.
and it's
Mhm.
just like certain jobs we think will never be replaced.
Right.
Like that one remember when we was over on 710 and
Oh, I
he
missed
played
it.
that song. He played the song. I forgot the name of the app. I was like, "What are
Oh,
you
is it from
serious?"
Udio? The one that you told me
Yes,
about?
Udio.
Yes.
Yes, that's
How
so
in the
sad
world? I
for all
mean,
the musicians. It's so sad. AI
Yeah,
should have
well, I made one for Broke Farmer.
yeah. That's what she told me about it. Yeah.
Mhm.
hmm?
Yeah, and all I did is it was just a few lines,
Mhm.
all about watermelon wars, and
Mhm.
it's like it is so professional. It sounds so good. It's not like it's got a big rhyming scheme, but I throw it in there, and 10 minutes later, you go, "Here is this very cool
Yeah.
song." Broke's got it
Yeah. They're
on his
even
channel.
coming out with AI models. There was something they were talking about even on YouTube. Like, why bother? Like, even taking our little side hustle away on YouTube, they can do it with AI. They can start a whole YouTube channel and the person isn't even real.
Mhm. Yep.
Like,
We the people. I don't know.
what are kids?
We
I
the
know. What are
suckers.
right?
We
We
the
What?
got to get
suckers.
more unified because
We the
they're gonna
suckers.
get us.
It's looking closer and closer to that Will Smith movie. They have that
I
one.
robot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there is still things like, um, your trades. You're always going to need
Yeah,
people
people
to,
to fix your toilet.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
and you're going to need people to cut hair, and you're going to need people
true,
to do those kinds of things. They're
true.
always, you
I
know,
don't know. They came up with that blow bead. I don't know if you remember that. That it used to just suck in your hair.
Yeah.
yeah. I had a friend who had one, and he used it for
I
many, many years.
I have one for the dog. They sell them on Amazon, and it helps so much because it just sucks away the hair as I shave it. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little
Mm.
It's like
vacuum.
72 degrees here, Darth X. Something like
Oh
that.
yeah, yes, it is warmer. It
Oi,
is warmer for
pardon my
you than
bum.
it is. Um,
That's the little vacuum, and it comes with all attachments to shave your dog, and it's the best. I actually should do a little video on it and get my Amazon affiliate back because it is
mm,
such a fun little thing. But I mean, I know you all have seen it on Amazon, but these are all the attachments.
I've never
wow.
Isn't
seen
that
it
kind of
before.
cool? Oh yeah,
Yeah, I've
this
never
is
seen
like
it
a
before.
disheader. This is the
They
coolest thing. You comb them, and it goes right in the middle there. You just let go of the button. See the little prongs? Watch. There they go, and it sucks it right in. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
Yeah, it's
It's
got
Yeah.
it's
fun
51
stuff.
degrees here right now, GT,
I don't know what it
on
is
the
here.
island.
51
51 here,
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
Let me
Oh
blow you all.
wow.
I'll blow you all out of the water. You can hate me. Oh, actually, no. It's mild. It's only 78 here.
Shut up.
Not. Yeah. It's only perfect weather here in my state.
Shut up.
Uh,
There you go. Darth
Sorry.
X just said it. Trades. We need places to live. AI cannot build housing.
that
True.
we have to remember these things
Yeah.
while we're trying to be influencers and all these other things. We
Mhm.
have to. That's what I'm trying to find the
Yeah.
balance.
Yeah. The only
I'm
thing that
really.
they can do is they can create the plans and take architects out.
Did you
Like they
see?
did.
Look, they already got 3D printers. I
Yeah.
forgot about that aspect.
That's right. They're
Yeah.
doing it with
But
parts
there's
of the house. They still need the laborers, though, there to, I would think, help.
eventually they won't.
Eventually they won't. Oh my gosh, we're gonna just
31 degrees and oh man, Andrew. And Andrew, I would never get on the slingshot. That is that's I'm super duper scared of that. They was at the Diamond Mall then, Andrew,
uh-uh.
because that's where it's at. And I was talking to one of my clients and I told him, I was like, no. He was like, oh, what if they give you $1 million? I said, no, because they will have video of me just releasing everything out of my body. Because that's
Yeah, no,
no.
no. I would
I
be
don't
like
even
the
like
ones that is it that ride he's talking about, Slingshot?
it's the thing that's on
Yeah,
wires and it shoots you all the way
shoot you
up in
up.
the air.
Okay, it goes
No.
that way. I forgot.
My wife promised me stuff that if I went on it, I don't want it. I get it
Yeah.
another day. I don't want that.
The only one
I'm not getting
I
on
was
no slingshot. It's just silly.
I went on the
No.
pole. I went on the one where you sit around the pole and it shoots
On
you
the
up in the air.
pole.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
What? Pause.
Pause. We're all in like little chairs and they're circular around this big pole and they just shoot that whole thing up with all the chairs that you're sitting in all the way up to the
Mhm.
sky real fast and then they can just drop you and then they tease you a little bit with but yeah, I would never get on the one
Mm.
that's on bungee cords. No way.
I'm
No
not getting
way.
on either one of them.
I
Mhm.
can't now either.
Mm.
The
Even
pain.
when I was
I would
younger, I didn't do those.
not that $1 million is a lot, but I would do it for $1 million.
Yeah,
I
maybe
don't
$1
care.
million.
I don't care that I peed my pants, probably,
$1 million.
did little poop oops and, and possibly threw up.
Grew up. Yeah, that's what I'd be concerned
It would
about.
be like all of it. And it would be like, give me my $1 million.
Yeah.
I want to go and
Yeah.
just put, try to bring down the price of or bring down my mortgage, please.
Gosh.
Because it's like $1 million. That's nothing.
Oh
Not
my
I mean, I
compared to-
might even do it for $100. It just matters the
Depends on
mood.
the
It
day.
matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it matters the mood. But right now, no. I'm, it might be a good video, but no, not today, not this year. I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm scared. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I'd need money on the table. Mind you, I don't
A lot.
mind. Well, I haven't been on rides in years, but I don't mind. Crazy rides.
See, I can't do any of them because they hurt so. My body hurts so bad if I get jerked around. Even some of the kid rides at Universal because they go through those fast stops the next day. I can't move. So,
Yeah, I won't do bungee because I just, I know how much I weigh. I know the density of my bones, and I just don't believe that cord it'll just be ping, snap, and it'll cut right off. Nope, not putting.
Yeah,
me
I
on a
have those
bungee.
exercisers that had the bungee cords, and they've done that. So yeah, I don't trust the bungee cords either.
No.
I pass out.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
what
I
I'm
would.
thinking. For the one that you said, the slingshot, I would
Yeah,
be the girl that passes out. Me too.
yeah,
And
I
if
will
you
be that
pass
one.
out, everything can come out if you pass out.
Yeah.
hmm
Very.
Someone say pole dancing?
No, we did not say that. It does absolutely. Yeah. I was just talking to that about Oh gosh, he used to be farting pain. He's I forget the longer name of his channel, but he put up something with Beavis and Butthead in it, and I said, I think almost every male in 7th grade somehow has a Beavis and Butthead in their head that they fight for the rest of their life to just keep it in there.
Yeah, Beavis. Yeah. I need TP for my
To not
bumbo.
let it out,
Yeah.
but it's always
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's there.
Yep.
Why did we gravitate to that
Because of
type
that
of
was
stuff?
all in Barry's mind, because that
Mhm.
pole dancing thing. That
Yeah.
was all in Barry's mind.
Yeah. Y'all,
Oh
I
my
start a
God.
new chapter. And guess what? The same day, my car put me down.
Oh.
$2,300 to fix the transmission.
Of course. The
Oh.
same day you got
Last
that good
month,
news. The same day you got the
yes,
good news. Yep,
it
that's what
put me
happened to
down.
me. Mm-hmm.
Last month, I spent 6,900 on a boiler. I'm
Oh
tapped
my.
out. I'm tapped
Right.
out. The
You
next
read.
thing that happened, I can't do nothing but say, Lord, hey, it is what it is, and laugh. That's all I can do. For
Mhm.
real.
Mhm.
Oh
That's
man. But that tells you, at least in my life, when God is about to release something incredible on me, that happens. All kinds of things happen that make me want to quit and just stop because I oh, that's not going to work out because of this, or oh, look at this, I got to go put in more time at work. Like it's something to discourage you so much that you won't get to that blessing, like to just take you out before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there was somebody who had posted this really good cool thing. It was all from different characters that were in the Bible, and it was
Mhm.
41 days. And it's like 40 days. This is
Yeah,
this, they made it to the 40 day. And it's like if you wouldn't have stopped, you wouldn't hit the 41, which is
yeah,
where you get your blessing. Or 39
yeah,
days. So it's wait for that 40 days.
yeah,
And it was a bunch of times
yeah,
throughout the scriptures. And it was like, oh, okay. I
yeah,
don't know if I'm kind of thinking I'm on the 40-year cycle.
yeah.
So I haven't
Me
quite
too.
made it to
Right.
that point yet.
Yeah,
Um, where it's like, okay, can I hit the promised land now?
I
I'm
know.
not sure where I am in that year, but it's like,
Yeah.
I would like
Yeah,
just
that's
the
what
40
that
day
actually
one.
was. The 41, the 40th was into the promised land,
Yeah.
was to come out of the wilderness, was, I forget, because I think you sent it to me. It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Hmm.
It's very beautiful. And I like that visual of where they show like the gold. What did she say? I'm so tired of our old car. Oh wow. Every week. Oh, you poor thing.
Mm.
I had this Dodge minivan, and no joke, God was so good holding that thing together. Oh, I said, God, AI is probably gonna come. Sorry. Um,
take,
anyway, he was so
take
good.
your hours.
Yes. He was so good that as soon as we got the Dodge Journey, and it was my first new car I've ever had. As soon as we went to pick it up and I parked that old Dodge Caravan, it started doing all kinds of electrical stuff on the radio and everything, and it just went and died right in that parking spot in front of me. Like the electrical just went out. And I was like, okay, well, I'm glad I'm trading this. I just
Mhm.
walked in and picked up my new car. And it's,
Here's the lemon. Here's the lemon you can have.
yeah, here's the lemon. You ain't giving me much for it anyway.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I after probably my second or third month, I'm going to
Yeah.
I don't know if I need to talk to a financial advisor or
Mm,
someone, but this is going to be more money than I've ever had, and I just want to
mm,
make sure that I do right by it.
yeah.
So when
And
you're looking for a financial advisor, you want to go and um, you want to first find somebody who will recommend one, and that it's somebody that they trust, that they work with, that they've had
Mm,
success. So looking for them, that's to me is that's super important,
hmm.
in my
Looking for,
opinion.
yeah,
okay,
anybody, another business owner that you might know. That's what is that? Usually it's with the city that you join up with other businesses. I can't remember the term for it.
SBA, small business.
There you go.
Yeah,
Something like that. You might find a recommendation for that.
That's what I'll
'Cause
do.
yeah, because you really want somebody who's good with that and also trustworthy
And
with
not
money.
just take advantage of,
Exactly.
yeah, because it's, you go, here is my money, and, they can invest it however they want. And,
But
Exactly.
that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to do stocks. I know stocks is the way to go, but I don't believe in. I mean, I
yeah,
got a little stocks. I
I'm
don't
not meaning
believe
just,
in it like that. I'm sorry.
no, I'm not talking about just stocks, but it's like the bottom line to all of your money, any money you have in the bank is investing it, right?
Correct.
Yes.
It's always there, and you go, oh, there's a 5-day business hold. You go, well, no, I want my, I want my $100,000. Thank you. Here's the check for it. Well, we have a 5-day business hold on it, and it's like, no, you can press your buttons and you can get that, give me my money. But the thing is that gives them 5 more days to go and make some more money on
Yep.
the money that they need to give me.
Yes.
So I deposit the check in my bank account. Well, we can't release that money for 5 days. And you're like, you can release that money.
Yes. Right.
The company, you go, it's a life insurance company. They have the money. Oh, we have to make sure that that they have the money. And it's like, it's a life insurance company. It has all the money. And what do you think the life insurance money people do with our money for life insurance? They go and they invest it.
True.
And it's not just in stocks, it's investing in whatever, so that they are turning a profit.
Right.
So you want to find somebody that you can really trust, and not someone that just would take advantage. So even if you're going to a bank, that's also a good thing. Just to a bank.
Okay.
Mm.
Because I've never done this. This is all new.
Right.
My dad is he's done a little bit. He's having classes and stuff, but there's still this is
Yeah.
totally a new chapter in my life.
Yeah.
Slingshot Rod uploaded now. Very
Yeah,
funny.
I was.
I'm gonna check
Okay.
you out, Andrew.
We'll check
I'm gonna
it out,
check you
Andrew.
out. Yeah, I'll go over
Then
there.
he's still able to kind of talk the vocabulary? DT, your dad, is he able to kind of speak the vocabulary of investing
Yes,
and money?
we the last 2 or 3 months we've been having classes with my dad, an
Okay, good.
hour, and he just talks about you know his what's it called,
Experience.
trust. He's been talking about his
Oh,
trust. The
okay.
he told us what he had in his bank account and stuff like that. He's given us the tools that we need so that we can do
Mhm.
something, because when he's gone we have to rely on each other, me and my
Right.
Right.
sisters and brothers and stuff. So
Right.
he's just building those memories. Now he's starting to record them, because I told him, I said, Dad, you know me, I'm not going to remember
Mm.
10% of this.
Yay,
Okay,
I'm
so we
so
got to do
glad.
this.
So
Yeah.
good. You will
So
be
every
so
week that's what we
grateful.
do. We're
That's
trying
good.
to do that, and with this new adventure that I'm taking, I'll
Mhm.
be able to put my siblings in position to where they can do something with themselves, that where they can retire early, because not
Yeah.
many of them, they didn't want kids. So I'm the only one with kids out of my dad's kids. So
Mm.
you know it's a
Yeah.
different, I
Mm.
took a different route, because I had to think
Right.
about, okay, I have a son now, I have to do things
Mhm.
differently. But
Mhm.
them, they was like, man, I don't want no kids, man. And that's how I was in the beginning. But then I was on that gin and juice, and now I got a
Mhm.
son. I didn't mean to say that. Scratch that from the record.
That's right. That's right. Hey,
Oh,
well, that's how a lot of children get into this world, actually, is, yeah, a good night of fun. Mhm.
Mhm. Little bit
Yep.
yeah,
of
it was.
road pop and
Mhm. Yep. I'm sure that was
Yeah.
probably me, 'cause my parents, I was the whatever will be, I guess, baby.
Mm,
They both had their own, and then I came along like a year after I was a honeymoon baby. And
Mm.
they
mm,
So Andrew says, speaking about dads, my crazy old daddy claimed my 100-foot extension cord.
mm,
Mhm.
Your old dad that's only 17 years older than you.
Which is
mm,
crazy.
mm,
Yeah,
mm,
that's
mm.
like a
Mhm.
brother that's like
Mhm.
my brother. My brothers are
Mhm.
about that old com of
Mhm.
compared to me. That's just
Yeah.
wow. But no, I was just wondering because everything has its own vocabulary. Like as I was telling Maureen when I went to look for the art test, if I was going to retake it, all the educational lingo was there, and I was like, yeah, I don't speak that vocabulary anymore. I haven't spoken like that in so many years. And it's good to go in with financial people that you at least know the vocabulary that they're going to throw
Yeah.
out in front of you.
Yeah.
And also sound like you do know it. So they don't, like Maureen said, try and take advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, yep,
That's all.
yep, yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep, yep.
And that's for people watching too. That's
Oh,
not just for my cousin GT.
that's
for
right.
you.
So it's June 15th today. And so it's basically 16 days left to go for you.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. I'm so
Mhm.
happy.
You worked
I've
hard. You worked hard to
Mhm.
get your house, optimized and
Mhm.
working more days to actually, get to this place. So that's awesome. And
yeah.
just always remember, GT, is that, your son is watching what you're doing. He is observing that. It's like that's the kind of stuff that sticks. If you were going from job to job and,
Yeah.
barely making ends meet and struggling and, and just not taking responsibility, but you're the example that you're showing him right now, that all that unspokenness is where he's like, yeah, and you're like, it's hard, I am struggling, this is not easy. And if you have days of complaint and whatever, even for that, but he's going to see that all this stuff you put in there, you actually were able to achieve the goal that you wanted. So it was awesome.
And the bigger thing about it is, yes, he sees all of that stuff and he doesn't care really because
Nope,
I'm
nope.
not around enough. But when he comes back from Georgia, he will see and he'll be like, wow, my dad's still here. What's he doing here? Okay, he working, but he really here. Like I really
Mhm.
get to invest a lot of time into my family. Like
Mm.
that's the dynamic that the world is missing right now. We're not able to nurture our family
Absolutely.
enough.
True.
Man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's too in the future, if you see that he has a bend towards what you're doing, caregiving is always going to be needed. I mean, unless they end up like that movie where we wear a bracelet and we get to a certain age and they hunt us down and get rid of us.
I don't know that movie.
Oh, I
You
forgot
remember
about
that?
the robot. Oh
You remember
man.
that? There was a man and a woman, and they had some kind of jewelry that said they've come to the age of when they just kind of off you. You're not allowed to live past a certain age. Yeah.
What movie is that though?
It was an
I
old
can't.
sci-fi movie. I can't remember the name of it. Hey, Que sera, sera. Yes,
Hey,
I was that
Sarah.
baby. Hey, the Clue Channel. Welcome in.
Mhm.
Must
I
have
can't
heard
Welcome.
that.
remember.
I can't either. I'll have to look. Let me see if I can look it up. But yeah, we will always need caregiving as long as AI doesn't take over the world and do something horrible like that.
But in iRobot, I remembered that they had a caretaker. That's what the robots was for. They
Oh shoot.
rem- I
Oops.
forgot about that.
Oh
Mhm.
shoot. Oh no. Yeah, but they could do. I can't imagine. Well, yeah, I'm not. Never mind. Mm,
Yeah, because of ingenuity. We have a
yeah.
lot of smart people, and if they have more time, maybe they'll be able to create things that'll be. But one
Oh,
thing,
yeah. There
oh
was that
man,
companion one that Robin Williams was in, and he was a full-on companion, and she married him. What the heck is
mm.
Hollywood trying to tell us?
They're always
Ooh,
telling us something.
They
spooky.
seen this story before?
Mm.
Ooh-wee.
I missed that.
Y'all, I got some big plans. I got big plans. Y'all just
Mm.
remember, I got big
Mhm.
plans.
Mhm. Oh, it's gonna be wonderful watching you.
Yeah.
It is. I
Mhm.
can't wait to see like
Yep.
things just start happening that you've been just working towards.
Mhm.
It'd be amazing. Well,
I've dug ditches before for
Mm.
$5.50, 15 cents. and I enjoyed it because I'm lighthearted. I know how to make jokes. I know how to find entertainment. So, but wow, I've really changed a lot of things.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this thing, what the movie was called, Welcome to the 23rd Century, The Perfect World of Total Pleasure, Logan's Run. Interesting. Wait till you
Mm.
Logan's Run.
It's
Oh
called
yeah,
Logan's Run.
there's an old Logan's Run and there is a new one.
Oh, they put out a new one? I didn't see the new one. This is the
Like
old
no,
one.
right? Yeah, I think they do have an, or no, maybe it's. Oh, maybe it's not Logan's Run that they made a like in, and it might have been like in the 80s, 90s when they did another one. You have to.
Yeah, this was a 1976
Mhm.
movie.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, that's the one, like, that when I see all this I always wonder if we're heading there, and it's so bizarre, some of the look at even the artwork on the packaging, the big rainbow,
Oh,
like,
I
that's
missed
a
that.
little weird.
Mm.
Anyway, they kill them in this lovely elaborate ceremony, supposedly called the carousel. So, yeah, fun. Anyway, yeah, dark thoughts from me, from South Florida sunshine. Sorry, guys. Have really sweet dreams tonight. Oops, sorry about that. Like,
Mm.
I can't. There we go. Good
I
stuff.
love this. You know, it's like our 10-year-old said, you know,
Hey.
we found you on a beach combing on caribou skin. And I got a full ear from his mom. He just doesn't stop running his mouth. Mhm.
Mm, they're usually the entrepreneurs, the ones that
Uh-huh.
have all that energy.
Mm. Hey,
Right.
badass
Hey, Dad.
thing.
What's up? What's up, Dad?
Well, so that
I know. I don't. Oh, you guys are so funny. I just
Oh,
wonder if Bad
bye-bye,
Ed.
Anne.
Bye, Ann. Have a great day, honey.
Have a good breakfast.
Yes, enjoy your breakfast now. I want breakfast.
Feed them peeps. Feed them peeps.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say what else. Thank you for saying good night, Dan. Interrupt my impulsive thoughts. Mhm. And impulsive thoughts and seeing patterns that, yeah.
Distraction, distraction. I don't think I ever saw Logan's Run then, is what I'm gonna say. I don't know that I ever
I
saw
think
it.
it wasn't jewelry now. They just showed it in the hand. It's something, I think it's an implant.
Ah.
Interesting. An implant in our
Mm.
body.
Mm. Hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that and look at what some of that symbolism is.
No
Mhm.
kidding. No
Mm,
kidding.
right?
Yeah. Well, I think we should probably head her
Oh,
out
yeah.
because I'm starting to get I usually try to close it down
Mhm.
by 10 my time.
Okay.
Um yeah, I think we will
Yeah, it's
say
like,
our good nights. Thank you all so much for coming in.
yes, thank you.
You know, we really do appreciate you you know, taking the time to hang out with us on, you know, Friday, Saturdays and at Storms Radios and Cats on Sundays.
Yes.
Um
Mm,
and you know, and I wish you all well. And I, you know, for those of you that it's too hot, I hope that it will cool off a little bit. And for those of you that it's like mine, where it's so flipping cold, I hope it starts getting warm and we start actually experiencing summer. So anyway, take care until next week. God bless you
yes.
all. Bye
God
have a
bless.
good
bye.
one. Trust the